circle, a standard circle covering the most amount of land. Teams they don't really
have to move quite a lot. They won't need to move out of their comfort spot unless...
Get ready, South Asia.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to PMPL SA 2023. My name is Fritz and today again with me is going to be Ahana to cast the upcoming games. Day number 3 of week number 3. How excited are you?
Very excited because this is going to be almost halfway of the last week. This is the last chance teams have to even try to change things around, because if today goes bad, you're almost done for.
Yeah, that's true. We are almost done for. Again, the race for top 16 is still going on, so it'll be very fun to see which are the top 16 teams that will qualify for the grand finals. Not only that, you'll also have the bonus game race going on in the weekly standings. So the top 12 teams from the weekly standings will be playing the bonus game, and those points will be carry forwarded into the grand final. So keep an eye on that one too, because if you're not able to perform consistently throughout the week, then you'll be punished severely for that, even if you're able to reach the grand final. So the 4 teams who will not play the bonus game will definitely have a tough time going into the grand final. So yeah, today is going to be another day where we will have, I think, the 3 Erangel maps. So I'm super happy. I'm super happy to see 3 Erangel maps at any point of the day. And all these teams, they should be, well, completely ready so that they are able to, just perform at their peak level.
Well, taking a look at the overall schedule, Fritz, it looks like we have crossed almost maximum of the journey already. And it's only going to be a matter of 3 days from the league week stage and then the last 3 days of grand finals.
This is the final week, alright. After that, we have a long break. Monday to Thursday is going to be completely off for us. What will I do without this? PMPL was so exciting. Hey, it's okay though. We will be returning from the 18th of July for the grand finals. But what is this battle for? Glory? For sure. But then there's a monetary aspect to this as well. $9,500 for the one coming out on top, and a total prize pool of $80,000.
Exactly. Even till the 20th position, everyone is going to get something, but the better your position, the better the prize pool overall. And well, we are going to have a $1,000 prize pool for the MVP as well, which so far seems uncontested by No Fear.
For sure, man. No Fear has been the guy who basically has taken the complete, responsibility of the entire SKYLIGHTZ team, because he's like, every time he's put in a 1v2, in a 1v3, always comes out on top and revives the rest of his teammates. Whereas most of the time, SKYLIGHTZ, they usually avoid those early fights. They usually avoid all these battles until the 5th or the 6th zone. But yeah, that has been working out for them, so who are we to complain? Meanwhile, there's also a side tournament with the main tournament of PMPL going on. That is going to be the TDM battle between all these teams. We've already got quite a few teams that have been eliminated. We are all the way up to round number 3, and soon we will be starting with the semi-finals. And let's have a look at which of these teams still survive in the tournament. So yesterday we did see a game between Stalwart Esports and IHC, where Stalwart came out on top. And now look at this. Venom Raw, NBeSports T2K, King of Spades and HVDC. These are the only survivors left.
Exactly, and these 3 games are going to be played in these last 3 days of the week. After that, we will be walking into the semi-finals. Absolutely fast paced, and this is going to be fun to watch nonetheless.
Let's see though. I mean, also let's have a look at the bonus points that will be played into the game, because again we are continuously talking about them, because these are the only points to be carry forwarded into the grand finals. So will be interesting to see, and this is how the bonus points are awarded. If you're ranked number 1, you get 20, and that keeps reducing all the way down to rank number 20, where you just get 1 point. So even if you do not play the bonus game, you still have that opportunity to get at least 5 bonus points every week. But then 20 and 5, when you compare it, it's a very, very big difference.
True. You have to be very careful on how many points you're collecting through, because if you don't make it to bonus games, you generally are in the bottom sections and unable to switch those positions around. That generally does not give much boost for you to enter into the finals with. But well, we do have some great placement points that have been
Mhm.
distributed through the tournament. It's been a while since we've been talking about this, and now it should become slightly redundant, but well, here we have it. 1 point every elimination, 10 for the first place, 6 for the second, and then a descending order all the way till the 7th and 8th position.
If you end up 7th and 8th, you're just getting 1 point. So it's essentially a waste of a game. I'd say in terms of positioning, of course, if you're able to
True.
get some more eliminations on the board, that should be well and good for you. So that has been one of the cases for multiple teams. IAW is one of those teams who really focus on the elimination frag, but then when it comes to the position points, 1-2 is what they have. Whereas on the other part of the same, I'd say, thing, we have Team DRS, who literally have very less number of elimination points but focus a lot in terms of getting that chicken dinner. So they focus a lot on getting that first position overall in the game rather than taking those early battles, which they should. I mean, which they really should. And this has impacted them in the standings as well. And talking about the standings, here we have it. Stalwart Esports, they are on top. The gap is just going to be of what, 5, 6 points, 7 points between
7, yeah.
Stalwart and SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. That's not a big number for SKYLIGHTZ to bring down.
Exactly. 4MV somehow still stays at the third position with only 10-point difference. I mean, that's huge coming from 4MV because they've been having bad days after bad days for a really long time. However, they gotta buckle up and pace up themselves if they want to be anywhere in the top position trying to fight it off with stalwarts. Talking about Raw Esports, they're also hardly like a 21-point difference. Wait a second, no, 51-point difference? That's a huge difference.
I mean, all these teams on the lower charts will definitely face it difficult. Except for top 3, I mean, the race is still going on. For the 4th until the 10th spot, I'd say all these teams are still fighting for the best possible spot, because again, the bonus points will depend on this, the league bonus points. So you better be a little bit over your opponent, because every extra point will grant you that advantage. But here we have it, DRS. If we talk about them, yeah, this is what I was saying. 167 elimination points, 108 placement points. Whereas all the other teams around them, look at that. Venom, DE themselves have 182 points and just start I'd say 2 positions or 2 points away from overtaking them. So all these things will definitely matter against the players of Team DRS. And well, let's see how the other teams perform.
Exactly. The bottom 5 teams have been the same every single week because none of them have been able to finish as many games as the other teams. They're literally on 48. That means they've just played the basic games. So it's better we start seeing them pick up the pace and add a bonus game to their lists, because otherwise they are going to be having like a total of maximum 15 points to enter with. Maximum. That is if you sustain your 16th position all through the 3 weeks.
Oh, but wait a second. I thought we'll have 3 Erangels, which is not the case. It's just 2 Erangel, 2 Miramar, and 1 Sanhok. Today is also a balance day, alright. Surprised
Yeah,
to see
tomorrow
this
might
happen.
be the one with 3 wrangles, I
Yeah,
think.
that's true. That's true. I think Saturday is the day where we have 3 different games. So, okay, alright. For now, though, we will start off on the map of Sanhok. We'll have a couple of Erangels. Then we'll have that arena battle. There's only 1 arena. Alright. I thought we'll continue with the 2 arena battle that we usually had. But then we'll have also a couple of Miramar games. So to finish off the day, we'll have a couple of Miramars. Most of the teams from Group A will be sitting out one of these map of Miramar, because usually they sit out the last game. And Group E, that is I think where 4MV is, won't play the first game. So Sanhok, good for them, man. It's lucky to not play Sanhok, because there's a lot of things that you cannot control in this map.
That's true. It is going to be difficult to go ahead and, try to put your bets on Sanhok. And having the benefit of not playing Sanhok, I hope 4MV is able to turn things around, because otherwise this is going to be looking very stale for the team. And even though it's a big climb between 4MV and Raw Esports, if 4MV does not perform good, there's still 3 days. They could
Yeah.
actually be toppled to the 4th position.
The 4MV, I mean, they will then come in with one day where they'll get 2 chicken dinners, each with 15 plus flags. So they'll equalize whatever they have for themselves. So I don't think so that is going to be a big of a problem. But yes, overall the tournament has been going very fun. 4MV leading week number 1, Stalwart Esports leading week number 2. Now week number 3 we have SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, who are putting up a great show till now. Let's see if SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is able to continue with the same dominance, with the same performance, because till now they just have been consistent throughout. We were asking them to play a little bit aggressive. They just do not give a care about that. 2 cents not given. They're just playing exactly as they want to and focusing a little bit more on the chicken dinner, and that's where they've been flourishing. So no problem whatsoever for SKYLIGHTZ Gaming.
Exactly. They've been doing great this week. But yeah, I do see a lot of contestation because this particular week we've seen a lot of teams try to rise up to the occasion. We
Mm-hmm.
have seen multiple different names show up in the last 2 days. And the
Okay.
next three might also not be different because like I feel it in my bones that we are gonna have multiple new teams show up today as well. And I mean ASL and IHC have been surprisingly well in the third week. So that's huge.
That's definitely going to be an important thing. So, I mean, they have been performing a little bit better than the
IHC
previous
is
few days,
literally
I'd
in
say.
top three for this week.
But this is the only week that they've performed. So the
Yeah,
other weeks
that's true.
they were very far away. So these are just a few days. I mean, replicating it again and again. How do you do that?
That
For a
is true.
team, for example, I'd say 4MV. They've done it multiple times. So for them to do it, the expectations will be a little bit higher. But when you talk about IHC, who have just literally had 2 good days, third day consecutively seems like a big stretch to me. But that's again a team with a history of good aggressive gameplay. So aggression always gets rewarded. Not always, I'd say usually gets rewarded. So 2 days have been rewarding. Are they rewarding enough? Do IHC continue with the same game style, same gameplay? Well, all these questions have to be answered in game by them.
Exactly. Soon enough, we'll have the game coming up, and it is gonna be the map of Sanhok as discussed
Hmm.
before. The flight path will be of no concern, but the circle will be very dangerous. It's become a pattern on Sanhok in recent days. Every single time, the circle is going way too towards the west, and it has pieces of all three islands on it. Hopefully, today will be slightly better and slightly easier for the teams to transition into, but we'll find out
Okay.
once the circle comes out.
Yeah, on the little screen that I have here, I already see the players have been loaded in. So we will be jumping into the game very, very soon. I believe Group E, yes, Group E is sitting this one out. So no problem whatsoever in that scenario. We know 4MV is there. So all the teams, I think STFL as well is a part of that group. So Stronger FAKELOVE also not a part of this particular first game. The other teams though are, do I say IHC? Yes, I do say IHC. So IHC is going to play this very first game, and that early aggressive gameplay. Let's see if it bears them fruit or not. At the same time, we have Stalwart Esports, Seal, JMEX. Now, the thing is, STFL usually did one thing very frequently, I'd say. They studied the map. They knew which team is not playing and they just dropped in their location. I've seen them dropping in Painan on Sanhok when 4MV did not play. I've seen them dropping into maybe Novorapnoi if Stalwart and 4MV, one of these teams is missing, or towards military base according to the team that is not playing the game. But this time around, them being in the same group as 4MV, they won't get these chances. So now
Exactly.
basically Painan is completely empty. And I would love some other team to, just pounce in upon that opportunity and drop in Painan, because it's a very good spot to be in the early phases.
Exactly. It's gonna be a great start for any of the teams that go ahead and seize this opportunity, and they are gonna have the opportunity to actually go ahead and do that. So let's see which team is gonna exactly surmount onto this option of having Painan empty. As of now, if you take a look at the plane path, it's going all the way from Cow to Docks. It's gonna be slightly eastern sided, but hopefully, hopefully the circle will also be, because Western circles it's been enough of them.
Yeah, well, definitely Western circles a little bit too much, I'd say. But a southern circle is yet to be seen. Somewhere around Docks, somewhere around Cave, I'd say. There are quite a few little compounds that you can be a part of. So I don't think so that is going to be a difficult end zone. You'll have a lot of what should I say? A lot of areas to be in, a lot of places to loot from, and when the final circles come in, a lot of cover to begin with. So all these things will definitely matter. Meanwhile, Leo are the ones who will steal the drop location of 4MV. So they are the ones who I see near the city of Painan. And they, a couple of players, though, not the entire team, only a couple of players. Whereas Yethout and
Mm-hmm.
Nova have gone very, very far away.
The distance might be a problem for Leo because Leo has been acquiring a lot many frags recently. But then again, going ahead with a division, that too on a map like Sanhok, where people literally are able to approach you in no time at all, might be something that poses a problem for Leo. But while taking a look at the circle, it is one that favors the main island almost completely. Thankfully, that has happened. It still has Painan inside it, but the slight split of the second island that shows up is not as huge as to make the teams bothered. And for now, at least Hathin island won't be showing up.
All right. Hathin is definitely going to be an important area to be in. So ASL have control of that. But then, okay, no, never mind. Not an important position because you already have the zone that has shifted towards the southern side of the map. I was expecting for a
Exactly.
zone like this, but not this early. Meanwhile, BITX CMF and even JMEX in those early battle, and Venom have lost a couple of players. The shotgun from nobody has definitely did its job. Domi, Rambo, both of the players picked off. Rita cannot do much about it.
Exactly. He tried to throw a few nades, tried to make sure that nobody gets taken down before he's able to eliminate them. But in the meanwhile, now Frag will take care of Krita as well. Riley's support has arrived for definitely, but it's not gonna be long till it survives. There he gets taken down. And a beautiful first fight for JMEX. They finally have points on the table.
The first five, but still they lose a player, so this will
That's
be a
true.
problem for them. Meanwhile, ISC as well, they've got a knock onto one of these seal players and will be able to eliminate them too. So early battle for seal, where did they drop in? I mean, ISC, I do see them around Query, alright. They did have a quarrel between each of them and now have lost a player. They'll have to see how do they want to continue the game. Now, BITX CMF, one frag to their name, around the region of Lakavi, still in that fight because SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, they've not given up till now.
Exactly. It seems like SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is still wanting to take this fight up, and BITX, with one single frag, they're looking for more. Numbers are going to be advantageous. Position is good enough for BITX, but look at Skylight Boro. From a slightly distant plane, he is having the height advantage on two Jacks. But that's going to be a far battle, far. I think the compounds are going to be in the way.
Mafia Ninja, he should fall back probably right now because I don't think he'll have any sort of support if he gets knocked out from the remaining players of Team SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. One of them has a vehicle, so maybe rotating and first of all pinning down this last remaining player might be their priority. But then even Knight has that off angle onto Mafia Ninja, so that's why he cannot even fall back. So SKYLIGHTZ, they're in a very, very difficult spot over here. Let's see how do they come out of it.
Soon to figure out, soon to figure out. In the meanwhile, though, BITX still keeping their eyes set on Skylights, and the rest of the teams trying to find themselves a spot inside the circle.
Stalwart Esports, though, on the other hand, they have already started off the rotation, started out from the region of boot camp.
Mm-hmm.
Dante, on the other hand, has already spotted down Mr. Boro. And Mr. Boro is not going to be in an easy spot. So, BIT, let's see, man, how do they come out of this fight? Because I mean, why is 90 degree and Night even trying? You go loot for yourselves. You, even if you're able to eliminate Mafia Ninja over here, which is I again say it, the last remaining player of SKYLIGHTZ Gaming in this position, you won't have enough loot to fight with in the upcoming zone. So yes, you will win the battle, but you're not looking at the bigger picture. And I even still see a little bit of a support for SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. So you essentially might end up losing players via ITX CMF. It's better to rotate off from here, go to other different spot, find those small little compounds that you can loot in, and then play your game. For now, you are in the first zone. So you're thinking that, yeah, we'll be able to get some frags here and there, and we might have a good game overall. But then SKYLIGHTZ know how to play with the little players that they have remaining. And as soon as, look at that, as soon as Jack stood up, he has been tagged up quite a bit.
Exactly. SKYLIGHTZ is having a better side of the war as of now because this fight definitely has Mafia Ninja trapped in, but being able to attack on Mafia Ninja is one going to be pretty difficult. Two, even if you manage to take him off, the rest of the team will have safe haven for themselves where they can escape from without any more damage taken. As of now, the circle is closing in. ASL is trying to go for a late rotation, and for some reason, Roy Esports is still trying to move up north towards Hathin. I have no idea what's in the mind of Alpha.
Ooh, look at that, those Stalwart Esports. I see an action. Both the players super low, and I don't think so. They know that this little player of Seal Fearless is still in this position. Could nade, could do a lot of damage onto Stalwart's player, but they fall back. They again fall back to the little compound that they had. Meanwhile, the zone is already full. Another team inquiry. So a lot of teams have rotated over here. Gyante, on the other hand, has been able to take down the second player of team JMEX. So they will survive with only two. And HUDC lose a player because he fell down to his demise. Wow. Revivals have to be achieved over now.
Being able to go for revivals will slightly be difficult for HVDC considering that currently they are enwrapped by players of Leo, JMEX, and as well as DRS. They'll have to be super careful going forward. The zone shrinks again, and the circle this time is gonna be towards southeast one more time. And that just demands for the rest of the teams to run faster because Raw still fighting the blue. Oh no, Stalwarts. They are fighting back, but they've lost quite a lot of players. Action is already down on the knees. Now it's a 3v4, and it's not just Seal that they're fighting. There's another team coming in the pool. IHC is making their way in.
Yeah, they're just making their presence felt. That's what IHC is doing. They are very far away. So basically, Stalwart should have an easy time rotating towards the next zone. But essentially, that fight with IHC is what they'll have to take. And now IHC gatekeeping. In a way, gatekeeping that. But meanwhile, NBeSports in this battle with the players of King of Spades. Now, Mamba XOXOX. Both these players will be in a lot of trouble, but before that, they are eliminating players. Monto is down on the ground on the verge of being completely eliminated. The trades are happening. Fizzboy out of the game. King of Spades. Yes, they get eliminated. But they've been able to take down two and maybe third player in the name of Akaz as well, because there's a third party from Leo. Sekujin, the only one who can stand right now. The only one who can fight right now. And I don't think so he's going to survive for a very long period of time.
Well, he's being marched upon, and now Akaz, even though he's able to relay some little information, it's not going to be enough. Both of them get taken down, and now Leo Esports, with two defeats of their own, acquire this compound that was being capitalized. Now they're on to the players of ASL. The perfect nade will get Assassin down. And now, even though Assassin will be able to find Haven in a recoverable position, I guess the fact that one player has been knocked already might push Leo to actually charge in. Wait, they're not charging in? They're finally charging in? It's confusing.
Taking their time. Taking their time. That's what they're doing because Liquid needs to reset. And on the other hand, Yatauta already closing in, is still tossing a few nades. Around the corner of the shack, around the corner of the compound, they've at least got the revival onto Sleepy. Assassin. But there's a counter knock that came in because Joker has been able to throw a nade perfectly onto Yetauta. Now Leo will be in a little bit of a tricky spot. Slipknot tosses a nade, Sleepy goes down. Chari in the corner. The DBS could really ruin the game for Team Leo. But Noah, he has that angle, knows how to work around with that. Although Joker was trying to flank, but the flanker gets flanked too. Now Chari around the compound is not leaking that shot, but will essentially be shot upon. Assassin will be traded. Finally traded out, but he gets two. So Liquid is the only one standing, and the player has already gotten the first aid popped in. Now Liquid in a 1v1 needs to win the battle. Gets the location of the player, but does not have the first aid to work with. Liquid Leo, they had such a crucial fight to win, but they've lost not only players, but I think the entire squad, because now Liquid will be put in a 1v2.
Exactly, the revival will be coming in from the side of Sleepy, and with that, because Liquid is not rushing just yet, it might be difficult to take the fight. Oh no, he's able to go on with the elimination. Now it's a 1v1 completely, but the HP is much better on Sleepy. The battle will be dealt with, but it is gonna be hard for ASL to continue forward. They're giving enough time to Liquid to actually heal back up, and if he does, it's gonna be harder for ASL. Both teams in a lot of trouble, and the shots come in, but Liquid has the better of it, and ASL loses at 13th rank. However, Liquid not in a very good position either. Leo will now have to survive and only survive, not take battles anymore.
Liquid. This should have been a fight for Liquid that should have been very easy, to be honest, because they did not have a lot of problems. They even got that first knock, but then not capitalizing on it is somewhere they fell a little bit short. Meanwhile, Lirzed trying to cross all out in the open, gets completely taken down. Demo has been tagged up, but then he has already done his job. He has already taken down Liquid. Stalwart is losing player one after the other because even a third party comes in from the players of Team Seal. Yes, you've knocked out or you've traded out Soulless right now, but then the remaining players of Team Seal are yet to commence into the action. IHC also realizing the fact that they need to move inside the zone, and only one player from Stalwart has been able to reach in. That is going to be Action.
Exactly. It's gonna be hard for Stalwart to actually make their way back in now because two players were knocked and one single player was trying to get them back in, while Seal was also forced upon to fight this battle. And IHC, even though they are prioritizing the zone right now, once they're in, they will still have an opportunity to take this up with Stalwart again because, as mentioned, Action is already inside the zone and he's the only one. So it will be a 1v3 that he'll have to participate in. In the meanwhile, though, JMEX taking a fight up with DRS, and DRS are gonna be at the upper edge. That gives them the benefit. And look at that. Nobody will get shot down. And in the meanwhile, Stalwart also losing players to IHC as expected.
DRS now, Delta. The shotgun will get that job done. Now JMEX have finally been eliminated, and it is DRS to get the last two frags. IHC on the other hand, they've been able to take down Soulless, so this will essentially help the players of Team Stalwart a little to get inside the zone. As Kirito is the only one standing. Now Demo also spots down Kirito. The shots finally accurate enough, and the frag has gone their way. But right now, if I were to take a team, or predict a team to get that chicken, I'd say HVDC, man. No fights at all for them right now. They should be the ones who will solo survive. And unless and until DRS is a team who takes a few players apart, I'd say HVDC.
I'd say Mabetex. It's been long since we saw this team perform, but I think they are gonna have some mettle in this game. They have very few fights coming their way. They also have a compound inside the circle, plus they're on the shorelines. They have nothing to watch to their east. Only direction they need to take care of is towards their western region. So let's see. In the meanwhile, though, Stalwart lose another, and now Action is the only one who survives. This is risky. This is dangerous. I think Stalwart will be done for soon enough.
And they've already been eliminated. Action just got taken care of with the DBS. And now IHC, I mean, 7 frags to their name. Demo is already out of the game, but still they are looking really, really strong. DRS are the ones who I think will be interested in maybe the compound in front of them, and IHC will also potentially have that fight if necessary. But BITX CMF 90 degree is doing a good job with the shotgun. Last remaining player domain for IAWO. If he falls, IAWO fall. It's a very important close range battle. Degree is not able to land those shots for now, needs to reload too, but has been able to do a lot of damage, and Domain will realize the fact, will just push in with the shotgun and make sure that IAWO still survive.
IWO still having players online will slightly be helpful for the team. They will be able to acquire more position points. So far, they are near Lakawi in a compound, but once they start to leave, they will have a lot of teams that try to gatekeep. Raw Esports, in the meanwhile, trying to find their way inside the circle from the northern area. To the west will be DRS and IHC. To the east will be Mabetex Esports, and to the south, they can find HVDC. SKYLIGHTZ Gaming remaining surviving players trying to approach Mabetex, and in the meanwhile, Liquid from Leo completely out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, look at this though, Mabetex. They are still taking some shots onto Roy Esports. They have not landed yet, but yeah, Mabetex, they've made sure that their presence is felt around the map. Only 2 frags till now, so not a big number to achieve. Leo's vehicle is also getting a little bit of a treatment from Leo, making sure that it is not usable in the upcoming upcoming few rounds. So it will be difficult. Meanwhile, if the zone goes away from Kampong and Roy Sports is able to take control of the ridge, which they are, it will be a nightmare for Mabetex to rotate in, because it's a death ridge is what I'll say. You cannot climb up because there's not even proper trees to give you cover, let alone compounds. So this is looking like a really difficult spot for all these teams. But hey, let's see. I mean, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming and DRS are the ones to get the most votes. I'd say the most chances for winning this game are going to rest with DRS, because they still have four players surviving in the game, and HVDC getting no votes surprises me a little bit.
Exactly. They're still all fours. They do have a compound near them. They're still inside the circle. Okay, not anymore. Never mind. But yeah, they have no frags to their name this time. It's very slow for HVDC. Kampong is not inside the circle either. So yeah, it seems like Roy Sports might have the best position inside the circle with no compounds at all whatsoever. All teams are going to be playing out in the open. But then again, this is Sanhok. You can lie down anywhere and you're undercover.
Let's see, the ISC just got a knock onto their player, because DRS have already decided to push in. I believe Killer is being third party from the right hand side, but the push comes in. He only one knock. The trades are there, but DR what? In the blink of an eye, ISC just eat every player of DRS. The push was good. They even got the first knock, but they were not able to pinpoint Godless or Alex's location, because they are the ones who created sort of a sandwich situation and are entirely able to eliminate the whole squad.
Exactly. IWO also gets taken down 11 frag points to IHC already. Now that's where things get hard. This seems like one of the teams who is gonna have dominating performances every week, at least in a couple of games. Every day in at least a couple of games. They can
Leo
sustain
though
their
still,
position. Yeah.
Leo though still one player is surviving in the map. Now Mabetex on the other hand, they have somehow been able to get inside the zone for now. But then Roy Sports is going to be a team that they'll have to look out for. IHC on the other hand bring all their three players back up, but the position that HVDC have, the area control that HVDC have on the southern part is good. Although Roy Sports still have the majority of the map under their control. So Raw is really looking like a strong team over here, unless they lose a few players. If I get a chance, I'd like to change my prediction. Although Leo spotted down, but the trade from Giro is there. So the trades will be present. IHC, those Zol spotted down, struggling from the blue a little bit too, and will be taken down by HVDC. So this could be their very first frag for Aero. Not just for Aero, but I say for the entire team. And even Mabetex lose a player to Team Roy Sports. Revivals are also coming in, and the new zone has also formed in the favor of Team Raw and Team HVDC. So both these teams looking in a supreme position right now.
Exactly. Raw keeps navigating into the circle without much trouble to themselves because the circle keeps forming right onto Raw every single now and then. In the meanwhile, though, IHC is in danger and losing players is becoming a hard pill for them to swallow. In the meanwhile, though, Mabetex and Raw trying to fight it off amongst themselves. S- Still, the benefit of the victory is gonna be with Raw for having all four online.
All right, now Roy Spozo. Let's see. I mean, benefit of 4 for sure is there. HVDC, meanwhile, they are throwing in some nades, and Alex has already been taken care of. The knock is there. They're not inside the zone, so they'll have to maybe get that player back up and get themselves back into the zone as well. Now, Malik, he is trying to throw in some shots, making sure that the Mabetex cannot leave their particular compound. And this is the problem I was talking about. Not much cover. When you leave the zone, you just start dead. Cannot do much about that. I think even Liquid will try to have a shot at this and maybe get some logs, because he knows that the opponent team is struggling with the play zone. So let's see Mabetex, how do they move their way inside the zone. IHC on the other hand, Alex was trying to get himself inside the zone, which is not going to be the case. Rogue blasts the vehicle, and Joel also gets taken down. Leo, although, has been able to throw that counter knock onto Alex. Onto Jiggle, but IHC, first of all, they bow out, and I think Mabetex is to do about the same.
Well, Mabetex did get a couple of frags onto Raw players. Praveen is knocked a couple of players down, and they are going to be able to confirm the frag points. Mabetex does take the number advantage to themselves at this position. Even though the revival is on its way, it's not gonna be super easy because slowly and steadily, Mabetex is going to go ahead and find themselves the higher ground. In the meanwhile, though, HVDC also trying to dig some graves for Rock. Now the circle is also not in the favor. Sky, you're losing HP and you're gonna lose some more. Mabetex takes that frag. Raw Esports not winning the fight that they should have easily.
Mabetex, they've been able to get up the hill, they've been able to get inside the zone and now have that entire advantage. It's a 3v2 against HVDC because Ro cannot get that revival. I think the player will be spotted by Liquid. He also gives away his position. He also falls. Now it's a 2v3 and the zone is with both of these teams, I'd say. Because look at that, Mabetex is also just 4 meters away. I think HVDC, one of the players is already inside. Sanchir is able to get that knock though on one of the Mabetex's player and Leo is still healing himself back up. So it is all down to Zero. Leo tries to come outside the area but gets spotted, gets taken down. It's all down to Sanchir. He wants to cut off this angle and then take the fight against Zero. But will Zero be able to get himself in a cover position? That's the question. A nade being tossed in. Zero. The nade goes out, but I don't think so it harms Sanchir at all. Shotgun around the corner. Sanchir knows though that the cover from behind is still going to be present. The nade is also being thrown to support, I'd say, Zero in the process. The molly as well. The jump shot. Zero survives because of the healing that he had, because of the booster that he had. But then Sanchir not expecting the player and walking right into the molly. And here we have it. Mabetex Esports, they get the chicken.
And I get the prediction. Winner, winner, chicken dinner going right into the arms of Mabetex Esports. A beautiful victory for the team. After a really long awaited week, they finally have the dinner ready for themselves to chomp onto. Beautiful.
Wait, but I mean, perfectly played, man. I'd say Raw Esports were the one who will have to be blamed for this, but it's okay. 8 elimination points, the total of 18 points. Mabetex Esports are your winners.
Make it clap.
Alright guys, back after a short little break. This was a fun Sanhok game. I mean, I definitely had fun. Yeah, not in terms of prediction though, because I was almost correct. But once again, you are the one who gets that 7th prediction 3 away now. Almost twice as number the prediction of mine. So that's great for you, Hannah.
Yup, and it's gonna keep on getting better, buddy. It's gonna keep on getting better because going forward, I am sure I'll have a couple more right, hitting the double digits, you know.
Alright, well, we'll have to see. We'll have to wait for that. But yeah, man, Mabetex a little bit lucky. I mean, no way they survive with all 3 there. They lost one of the players early on, I think. But after that, there are 3 players surviving and somehow they climbed the hill against Raw. Raw decided to divide their efforts into multiple different directions, even while knowing that there's a team called Mabetex just below them. Those are 3 free frags, basically, if you fought it out perfectly. But then you only give 2 of the players an opportunity, and then one lucky nade is what it takes to entirely change the course of the entire game. So that's how the game went out. Then the final fight for Mabetex was too easy because there was a little third party involved from Leo's Liquid. I thought that Liquid was not expected by Mabetex, but him shooting few shots, giving away his location, could have played for the chicken himself but did not. And essentially, Mabetex Esports are the one who get that chicken.
They do, they sure do. But let's take a look at the MVP. It is gonna be Leo from Mabetex itself with 4 eliminations. Good going.
Yeah, I mean, Leo definitely is in a good spot over here. And Mabetex Esports, I mean, they got good week number 1, good points in week number 1. Week number 2, they were literally out of the picture. And week number 3, day first couple of days, not at all good. And well, for today though, I mean, Mabetex has definitely played a little bit better. 4 frags, got the chickens, started off on a good note. But then again, replicating something that you've done on Sanhok is not going to be easy at all, because not every time the zone is going to be with you, and not every time all the third parties will just dive into your favor.
True. As of now, though, IHC having 8 frags of themselves right in here on top players. We have 4 players with 4 frags for themselves, but the highest damage goes to 90 degree, but only 2 frags in total.
These are going to be the top players for sure. But I mean, it's okay. Sanhok, as a map, I do not really count any of these teams, maybe in form or out form, just based upon the zone. So, yes, IHC, but that is a team that has had a good start over here, good eliminations to their name. The position still, I think they were in top 6, 7 maybe. So,
Yeah,
will maybe yield them 1 or 2 position points. But the frags is
top
where they
4 if I'm
rule.
not wrong.
IHC.
Yeah, IHC was the second last team to get taken out. After that, Liquid got taken down, and then it was between HVDC and Mabetex.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Never mind. Then we'll have a look at the match rankings and IHC. Then we'll have a lot of points, because I thought that they got eliminated right after that Stalwart fight. Yeah, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. They got that 4th spot, and also at 12 total eliminations. So with 15 points, this is a great game for IHC as well.
exactly. IHC had a good run of 15 points in the first game every day of this week so far. And they were trying to battle it off against SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. They're going to have 11 more points. So let's see if the weekly table is going to get toppled from here, or if SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is going to be able to find more footing for themselves. But yeah, Mabetex, great game. Not as amazing as they would require it to be for them to, still make an impact on the first page of overall standings. But yeah, still a start, still a good start. ASL and Bad Intentions again back to their regular gameplays with 3 frags each. It's okay. It's okay.
The other teams, I mean, SKYLIGHTZ definitely would be happy. They got good points. Stalwart were just eliminated with 1 to their name. So that overall standing difference is also slowly and steadily dropping up, dropping in. This is a good sign. This is a good sign for all of these players. But yeah, match number 1, interesting match. The second game is where I'm a little bit more interested, because Erangel, there, that's where your fundamentals will again be tested out. Sanhok, 70% luck. All these 5 teams, top 5 teams, sort of lucky except for IHC. I mean,
True.
IHC did their job. They were outside the zone for the most part, were slowly and steadily moving in while getting those ranks. But all the other teams, they found it a little bit in their favor.
That's true. There was a lot of luck factor going in for most of these teams. IHC went in and got a lot of frags for themselves, participated in a lot of fights. That was good enough to get them all the way to the second position in the overall board of this particular game. And even in overall leaderboard, they might be able to topple a few teams specifically in this particular week. So I am looking forward to see how this team does. They are literally one of the bottom 5 feeders, and it's looking good so far.
Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and watch for the next game of Erangel. This is a map where I'd say SKYLIGHTZ also feel a lot comfortable playing in. So for them to perform good, this is going to be the map of their choice. They've got what, out of 7, I think 3 or 4 are on this Erangel map, and the other ones are on the map of Miramar. I don't think so. SKYLIGHTZ have, they've just got 1 chicken on Sanhok, what I can remember. The other have just been distributed. They've got overall
Yeah.
7 chickens. So the others have just been distributed. I'd say 4 and 2. 4 in the map of Sanhok, 2 in the map of Pin. I'm not sure though. I mean, we'll still have to get that confirmation. Could be the other way around, where they get 4 on Miramar and 2 on Erangel. But yes, Erangel is definitely going to be a map where all these teams will feel a lot more comfortable. Group D will be sitting this one out, so
Yep.
a little bit unfortunate for the players of Team Group D. But the other teams, they for sure will be playing game. So my eyes will all be on that early fight, maybe between 4MV and Stalwart Esports, because one of these days, Stalwart literally just rushed down the players of Team 4MV towards the military base area. The fight did not end well for either of these teams. So
That's true.
after that was not seen being done. I don't know. Maybe Stalwart, they would like early 4 frags to their name, and they just go into the military base area and get those early frags for themselves.
We'll figure out soon enough if that is going to be the case, because I think considering that these fights do not end well for either of the teams, because no team gets taken off completely without dealing damage on the other, it
Mhm.
might be something that they don't intervene in, but it's also
Oh, okay.
stronger fake love that is here today. And DRS both are going to be playing this. Both these teams sometimes have taken the spots on Novorep to go ahead and fight with 4MB and Stalwart. Let's see if today is going to be a similar story, if they are going to be contesting that battle.
All right, all right. So I already see all the players have been loaded in. We will be jumping into the game super soon, guys. So stay tuned. I see all the teams we're looking for. King of Spades also will make their entry over here. So STFL, King of Spades, 4MV. These three teams are going to be in the game. Rai Sports is also playing, so this is again another team which Ahana predicted for the entire week, which seems to be another bad prediction from her side. Also, the same Stalwart Esports is also not the best possible prediction, because I think SKYLIGHTZ is taking the lead overall. So that's definitely another thing to watch out for. But hey, here we go. Let's jump right into action and see what these teams have got us booked for.
Well, we'll soon figure out what's going to happen, because on the map of Erangel, unlike Sanhok, you do have to concern and consult with the plane path alongside make sure that the circle is at highest priority, because it's not that easy to navigate through, considering Sanhok is like what, 1/4 of the map of Erangel. It's slightly harder to navigate around. But yeah, this time the plane path is gonna go all the way from Milta Power all the way across shooting range towards Zarki, not exactly onto it. But yeah, Stalwart Esports going in for an early drop. I think Novorep is the place they're opting for this time. We might be able to witness that early battle.
Ooh, all right. For Stalwart, though, it's easy to drop. A little bit difficult for 4MV, because 4MV will definitely be in a tougher spot. 2500 meters, maybe 2600 meters is a spot that 4MV is looking for. So maybe
Mm-hmm.
they drop towards the southern island, take some vehicles, and then rotate, because of course they'll just go to military base. They literally do not have any secondary drop. Yesterday, day before yesterday, though, I did see them looting around the area of farm, because at that time the most rarest thing happened, where they were even not able to find a vehicle for themselves to rotate that
Yeah.
early, and the zone went all the way north. So they thought that, yeah, let's just spoil the game for a few teams, and I think they did for one of these teams on the southern side. So let's see this time around, though. I don't think so. Dropping in, getting those vehicles should be a problem. After which they will be rotating inside. First of all, their loot area, that is military base, and then we'll have to maybe quickly run towards the zone as well. Although the drop that they've taken, once again, I feel like they want to be in this area of farm.
Yeah, it seems like they do not want to be a part of the fight against Stalwart Esports, because even if they win the battle, it's not going to be rewarding overall. But take a look at the circle, Fritz. It's literally with Yasnaya Poliana in the center. If only SKYLIGHTZ Gaming was playing this, they must have been so happy. But well, as of now, ASL just trying to pick up the remaining comrades and running away from this battle with JMEX. Never thought I'd see the day when I'd say that JMEX is making people run away.
Oh, JMEX. I mean, Fearless literally got a machete frag. So that's one way to open up your account in terms of frag. Uh, the first one, I'd say, the 3 weeks I've never seen a melee frag till now. Even though it's just the confirmation, so that guy couldn't have done much about it. But meanwhile, Baren was put in a battle with
Oh,
ASL
nice.
Chari, and he just whoops him out with a shotgun.
ASL was looking for shelter. They were looking for a compound to rest in. Never expected 4MV to not be anywhere other than military base. Oh, this was sad. Darren just opens up the accounts for 4MV without even going into a fight that was intentional. This was literally just spot and frag kind of a situation that Baron got the advantage of, and that early frag definitely puts them in a good position.
All right, Seal though, around the city of Farm now. They are leaving maybe the city of Farm, because I see there are other two players very far away rotating towards their usual drop spot. I think Primosk is where they want to be in. So that's where they'll rotate to maybe try their hand on some better loot. Could have that rotational clash with 4MV, but as soon as Kirito sees a vehicle, he is just taking an entirely different route. taking a completely different position from where he wants to be in. And then essentially, I think the end goal is the city of Miramar. So they'll rotate over there. They'll have that good loot for them, and then play on and continue the game. So yeah. On the other hand, STFL, they dropped in the city of Yasnaya Polyana, just looting there, no problem whatsoever. Mabetex on the other hand, city of Lipovka, not not much to be done there too. But what I see on the mini map right now is 4MV such a late rotation outside the zone. So now is when they're concerned and are rotating towards military base to cover up their loot. They'll have 4 minutes before the first zone is entirely closed in, which I don't think is enough to loot a very big city of military base. But then maybe they'll take the first few minutes of on the clock. They'll take more than 6-7 minutes. They'll be outside the zone for two major zones is what I believe now.
Yeah, that might very well be the case because 4MV does believe in later rotations whenever it comes to Erangel specifically. And that's exactly what we might see happening now that they have already acquired the space in military base. And Stalwart probably does not have an idea of this move. Stalwart will start moving back from the area of Milta, and 4MV will have an even larger area to go ahead and capture. They will not have to opt for the military base bridge, and they might be able to go ahead and get a few loot from Novarep as well. Let's see how this turns around because until they have a confirmation that Stalwart has moved in, I don't think they will be contesting that battle. In the meanwhile, if you talk about Seal, they are still all the way towards Primorsk, still navigating towards their drop location and haven't even started to move towards the circle. So that's going to be another team with a late rotation. Same thing can be said about King of Spades as well. They might be trying to move from Georgia Pole towards Rozhok. Even though Zarki is where they initially dropped, I think they are needing more favors for themselves to go ahead and loot onto.
All right. IHC, yes, they are around the Georgia Pole City area, so they will be hoping for good loot. Maybe after that they'll rotate inside the zone. So majority of these teams, what they've done, they've dropped inside the circle. After that, have gone to their respective drop spots. So that comes to me as a surprise because most of them have gone very far away. And look at what Stalwart is doing. Once again, going in from the behind. Once again, trying to spot down the players of team 4MV and maybe take that early battle. Or Tops is just maybe concerned that someone is flanking them from a different part of the map, because of which he wants to just have information about them. They are using the bridge to rotate inside the circle where they might have to fight it out against ASL, DRS, one of these teams, or maybe even JMEX if they go a little further. But I don't think so. In either of these fights, they'll face a lot of difficulties because, of course, they are the ones who will be favored if it comes down to the gunfights.
Let's see what the gunfights look like going forward for these teams. But as of now, it seems like the northern area is going to be super easily accessible. And King of Spades, if they go for a longer rotation, might be able to find shelter in Siverny or Stalwart or Kamishki. Even though that's going to be way far from the center of the circle, it's going to be a safer spot to be in because King of Spades hasn't been having the best time of their lives when it comes to fights that are in hand, and specifically if they're caught while rotating, they might just not be able to make the best of this. If you talk about Raw Esports, though, they are in school. The team that was supposedly in the best position in the last match, but did falter from there. This time has a good position in this particular circle as well. However, the next one will decide whether or not they need to run away because Yasnaya definitely is inside the circle and hence looks like the hot spot right now. Deadeyes guys, Stronger Fake Love, Mabetex, T2K, all are trying to combine onto Yasna itself.
Yeah, that has been sort of the meta in this region now. Just take the circle as soon as possible, which I especially do not like because teams are not exploiting the fact that when majority of these teams will be towards the center of the circle, will be attracted towards the core, periphery is entirely open. Yeah, I mean for sure the rotation from that there is going to be a little difficult, but then you can rotate to the other periphery. I mean, that used to be the storyline for one of the Indian teams, Orange Rocky Sports. They used to play on the edges of the circle and they used to have a lot of benefit out of it. They always went in for the third parties, they always went in for those early frags, and they were able to get them in their back pocket. And once they reached the final zone, they had what 6-7 frags. So that was a really good strategy, which I now see the teams not using. a little bit concerned for that. But yeah, the teams which are still using that in a different way, I believe, is going to be 4MB because they rotate so late, but then still find themselves inside the zone just because nobody plays on the edge of it. So they will find themselves again another spot outside the zone. The zone will start closing in the next 30 seconds, but meanwhile, Stalwart in sort of a rotational clash over here, and they've lost a player in the process.
They sure have, but they're trying to deal the exact same damage to the players of the Venom as well. Domi is very low on HP, but hasn't been confirmed or knocked to begin with, and will be able to pop a booster in the meanwhile. Now, Raw starts losing players. In the meanwhile, IHC takes one for themselves onto Leo, and this is not looking great for either of the teams. The circle has shifted all the way north. Yasa is still inside, but every team from south has to rotate, and right now it seems like King of Spades were able to find themselves the best spot inside the circle by moving towards Stolber in the beginning itself. They did not try to lure in themselves for the center, and they are doing good for the same reason. However, 4MV in the rotation might be caught by Seal, but I don't think that's a battle that Seal will try to initiate, because again, Seal hasn't been doing great when it comes to their gunfights. The Venom somehow resurrects all their players, runs away, does not have much problem, and Stalwart was the only team that took the damage, but then they got to recover as well.
I mean, the cover fire was very good, and D Venom they tried to just take down the knocked out player, but they were not able to do so, and that's all kudos to the defense that Stalwart have. Meanwhile, Leo Yatauta just evasive maneuvers is what he did over there, buggy left and right, making sure you're not an easy target to hit. T2K will still have that information, and this would be the right time to just maybe push in when you see just a solo player inside a tower. You can send a buggy with both the players trying to take out Yeta Uta, whereas Love tries to provide some cover fire. Falling a player falling in this situation is very difficult because Yeta Uta is all alone. But hey, playing it out safe, cannot even say nothing about that, because playing safe is the best possible way to play this game, as survival is what you're rewarded for. And yeah, T2K will just survive. Meanwhile, DEADEYES guys and HVDC are about to have a battle between them. HVDC already just push into the compound, but before anything happens, Slayer Sir gets a knockout to Sancheer.
Well, with Sanchi knocked, I don't think this should have been the position where they rush in, but they did, and now they're gonna be in trouble. There's another knock that comes in for the side of Shifu Sir, and with that, HVDC on the verge of losing all the players, still tries to sustain because Aero will get one. Aero is trying to get another. He's found the right player, but the timing will be missed here, and that will make Aero be the one that goes down. Both the teams suffering injury, but the damage that is permanent that has happened onto HVDC.
Rook, the only one surviving, tossing a few smokes here and there. They are just trying to survive, huh? There's a need. There's a need in your face, is what Slayer Sir says. And that's another frag secured by DEADEYES, guys. Yes, they lose a couple of players, but at least not get eliminated with 0 points, because this was the very first team to be eliminated out of the entire game.
Well, let's see how this goes ahead, because as of now, the center of the circle is gonna be slightly below Stolber, and now rotating is gonna be difficult. Look at the southern area, Fritz. It's gonna be so hard to walk back in. There's multiple teams lining the periphery, and even
Wow,
now
run over.
we don't see the teams coming in. And yes, the runover happens. 4MV takes over Liquid, and now they are gonna have Leo to their disposal, but Baron is knocked. Baron is knocked by a DP. The player who knocked him is gonna be farther away, but 4MV just charges in, takes the kill, and they're gonna be like, thank you.
Yeah, you think you can take our player down without any sort of repercussions? That's not happening. Both the players just barged in into his face. Poor Slipknot was trying to confirm that frag onto Baron, whereas the remainder of his teammates just push it onto him and get those frags and get the job done. Moving inside the zone for 4MV should not also be a problem. 400 meters, look at that. They have the entire corner to themselves, and even if worst come to worst, they'll run into the last remaining player of Leo. So, no problem whatsoever. And now let's see how the remainder of the players play the game.
This is not gonna be easy, specifically for the teams down south. Deadeye's guys, Stronger Fake Love, Seal, all literally in the same exact position onto Yasnaya, still trying to hold on to the one city that is already on the verge of being taken out of the circle. 4MB, as you mentioned, is gonna be having an easy entry, but in the meanwhile, Deadeye's guys trying to fight it off, do take Scooby down, confirm the frag, and make it slightly easier. But there are only two players to begin with. Deadeye's guys, this is a battle that you shouldn't have initiated, but when Scooby is completely alone away from the team, you cannot help but feast on the meal.
Yup. And now Deadeye's guys, they will be in a little bit of a trouble. Long range shots being thrown in, and Slayer Sir has been taken down on the ground. Precious though, still complete with complete HP, with all the HP he needs. 4MV into another fight with the players of team IHC, I believe, where they've lost one of their players.
Well, IHC losing players is not gonna be a problem just yet, because IHC is gonna have a clearer pathing going forward until the battle keeps on raining in. Because if the team commits, then IHC will be in trouble. But if they don't, then IHC is all the way up north. No team is there, and even the circle isn't anymore. So trying to move in is gonna make an easier path for them. But yeah, when it comes to predicting this, you know what? I'm gonna go in with 4MB.
Ooh, okay. Do Stalwart have all four? I believe yes. So I'll go with Stalwart Esports. I think they should have
They have
this
a lot of
game in
fights on
their
their face,
favor.
though.
Only one. They just need to win against D Venom,
I
and
mean,
they are favored in that.
Okay, okay. Let's see. Let's see how this turns out. In the meanwhile, my prediction goes down the drain. T2K is able to take up players from 4MB. It was supposed to be an easy rotation. Why did they try to go down south? They literally had a clear entry all the way straight towards east. Oh goodness, this is sad. But well, you are at damage too. But your team is also losing players right now.
I know that they'll
JMEX,
be able to
however,
get the
will be
revival,
taken
I
down
believe.
completely. Yeah, hope so.
Nah, never
Yeah,
mind.
definitely.
Nailed it to the face. Nailed it to the face is how Stalwart lose a player.
But
Well,
4M we lose all players though.
yeah, so I'll be okay with the three, I believe, because Stalwart are inside the zone. But so now
I
are the
wouldn't
players
be
of
so
D Venom.
sure.
Why so?
Because Venom, DE, DRS, T2K, IHC, these four teams, even Mabetex are doing good today and all have all fours online.
Yeah, they'll fight among
And
themselves and
to
leave
top
one
on
each.
that, wow, okay. That's wishful thinking, my buddy. That's wishful thinking. But let's see. If that turns out to be so, I'll be happy for your victory.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, Zaya, Pollyanna, STFL and Seal Esports, they are the ones who are fighting it out in this city. Seal have to move inside the zone, and this stage number 4 is not at all, I'd say, a zone to be messed with. You should get into the zone. It's not forgiving. So you will be tagged up heavily, and STFL might just take every one of you down. That is not looking good at all for Team Seal Esports, because Kirito, Fearless, Soulless, all three players are just in one single compound.
That's true. They have only one frag to the name as well. So, like, this is not looking good for Seal, as you mentioned. They're gonna have a hard time trying to walk back into the circle, into the compound as well. Actually, even a hard time trying to walk out of the compound. In the meanwhile, though, it seems like the whole team of T2K is adamant at getting Precious out of the game, and that's gonna be another Precious frag added to T2K, making it a total of 6 and leaving Deadeye's guys on the 12th position with 5. The highest frag number is on T2K right now, but Stronger Fake Love trying to deviate their attention towards
Mm-hmm.
them will make things slightly harder. But I guess soon enough, Seal will attract the attention from Stronger Fake Love. Being outside the zone, they are constantly trying to make their way back in, and that will give an opening for T2K to go ahead and find themselves the revival and also a spot inside the circle. While DRS has a great point. They have a compound to their name which gets taken out into or out of the zone.
Yeah, Mabetex, so they are in this battle with IHC, but soon they realize there's a third party angle to it as well. ASL, they just got that knockout to Leo OP. Leo will probably give information to his team that there's a squad around this particular marked area. So please be careful around that region. But then now Desert is also on the crosshairs of IHC. The nades are being thrown in. And just one nade is what it takes from Godless to get that knock. The smokes have already been deployed, but then their village inside the smoke. Zero is trying to use a vehicle to run away. He will successfully, but Mabetex have lost 2 players in the process.
They have, and now IHC is in the mood to charge in, but they shouldn't. Even though there's a man counter advantage to their team, it seems like Mabetex is gonna be able to reset quicker, and that is gonna be a problem going forward. So IHC, just make sure that you have the advantage of the higher ground and try to take your fights from there itself. Because so far it seems like, wait a second, is IHC gonna be the one winning this? It seems so. They're very isolated. They have all fours online. They have great number of frags to themselves. This is tricky.
Well, right, DRS, as I said, they will fight amongst themselves and lose a couple of players. DRS has already lost one, and now King of Spades, STFL, T2K, everyone is just exactly where I want them to be.
Away
That's a
from
great
Stalwart.
thing. That's a great thing, but then Roy is near Stalwart, and IC just got blasted off the face of the earth. So they will lose another player because I don't think so Stalwart will be able to get the revival because the tops are very, very far away from IC, and yeah, he falls out. He just gets completely eliminated. Jane though falls from STFL. So at least one part of the prediction is correct, where all these 40s will fight amongst themselves and lose players. But then Stalwart
that one gives a
capitalizing on
point,
that
though.
was also something that I predicted, but it's not just happening.
I don't think being able to predict that every team is gonna lose players eventually gets you any points on the board, bro. That happens every time. But yeah, Stalwart is trying to fight back though, but no rewards just yet. They are still outside the circle. They're still trying to find their way back in. And even though they have taken care of stronger FAKELOVE, T2K is gonna be in the way soon enough.
Or are they? Because they are losing players left and right. It's all down to Love now. Why did he change his name? Turu Love sounded so satisfying to commentate on. But it's okay. I mean, Love, it is. Now Delta just fell to his knock. That's worst way for DRS to go down,
Nice.
man. Worst way. They are still tossing a
That
few
way in
days
a
out to
wrong
the remaining players
position.
of Team T2K, but those days are still not connecting.
Exactly, and Delta fell at the wrong time at the wrong place. Like, that revival is gonna be tricky, that revival is gonna be risky, and the zone is also pushing in. So I don't know how this goes forward for DRS, because this is not the best situation for the team. In the meanwhile, though, Stalwart tries to go ahead and become a part of this humongous fight that exists in this edge of the map, and Raw will be able to take care of ASL. That's the only fight they have to deal with. And in the meanwhile, IHC will be with Mabetex. That's another single-handed fight that happens. Oh no. DRS and Stalwart, both with 2 players each, are in a position from where trying to fight this off is gonna be punishing.
Oh, look at that. Tobbs is in a vehicle trying to see anything if he can and will essentially come out of the vehicle and try to toss a few nades maybe. But Gyante has that information, so Gyante can get that knock. Now, that's an unnecessary battle to take in my opinion. Because right now the zone is not with you, so it's better if you focus on the zone first and then maybe get inside the zone, then maybe try to take those frags. But Gyante, man, he's such a snake. Not even standing up and getting the frag. Would love to see his POV. Does he even spot the Stalwart players or not?
Well, we'll see, but in the meanwhile, the players of DRS
course
will
he does.
spot. Oh no. Yeah, he does. But then he is gonna be taken completely out by King of Spades, who are trying to third party in this area. That mini 14 has done major damage to DRS, but the retaliation from Stalwarts will come in. However, the knock isn't happening, and Stalwarts is in a place where it's gonna be very hard to come out.
Or they can just jump down the ridge. They have 2 buggies, so the
They can,
vehicle is
yes.
not going to be a matter of concern. They should be easily able to get inside the zone. But King of Spades want to have this fight. Killer from up above will be spotted on by Mamba and will be taken down. And now Nirzad is being pushed upon by 2 different players. He gets knocked out. Now this is when I say unnecessary battles should not be taken. But they do. And Nirzad out and about.
Well, King of Spades with all 3 alive does have a good footing in the game, but look at IHC, they have all 4s. The numbers are looking great for IHC as of now. If you take the total of the teams that we do see, it's gonna be about 10, and we have 12 remaining players. So the 5th team has only 2, and I think that is Mabetex Esports, yes. In the meanwhile, though, ASL will be taken care of one after the other. I think both the players will be taken down, and Assassin being the last survivor will be punished with the vehicle itself. Is this gonna be a run over frag? I don't think that's gonna be easy. So Mabetex should just go ahead and take the bullet fight instead. The nade comes in, Wally gets taken down. This was unexpected, but the timing, the perfection on that nade was great. Assassin can now at least escape. Wait,
Nah,
what?
he
He
pushes.
wants to take the fight though.
He knows because it's a 1v1. So it's an advantageous battle. He already jump spotted the player, also did some damage in the process. But then the shotgun is going to be preferred in the close range, although Assassin with the UMP pre-fire around the corner has been able to eliminate Mabetex Esports. IHC though, they are taking shots onto King of Spades and XOXOX out of the game. IHC already have only 3 of their players surviving, make it 2 now. But Zol, I believe, has spotted another player of King of Spades. Nades can be tossed onto them. Faisal, he is still prone again, trying to survive for a little bit longer. Demo shoots some bullets to Faisal's direction, hoping that he'll stand up, but he does not. IHC once again, this is a 2v2 that they're taking because Alex and Godless are very far away from action. But then Zol, if you're able to land nades like those, it is really helpful for you.
That is true. Now on both ends of the circle, they have a 2v1 on their hands. Demo will get taken down though, but the runover will confirm the frag. Now Mamba takes his own. Now it's literally IHC versus 1. Assassin is the only one surviving from ASL and Mamba the only one from King of Spades. IHC is looking good right now, but the nades will have to be perfectly timed for this to change around, and they're not. Alex will take damage, but will not fall. Run away, Alex, run away. Save your soul. Mamba is on so little HP.
I mean, even the nade trade will be beneficial for IHC because they'll essentially be able to get the revival. But Zol comes in for round number 2. He wants to run over, misses the player. That's a shotgun, my man.
No.
He falls. The trade is there.
Nice.
This is a chance for Assassin. Get that knock onto Godless. Put Alex in pressure because he's not inside the zone. You are trying to carry your teammate inside the zone, which is not going to be easy at all. Assassin though has been spotted down. He will be shot upon, but hides to survive. Godless wants to take this battle, wants to win this fight, and I think so they'll have no problem whatsoever. And IHC, the previous game was a good one, and this time they convert this into a chicken.
They might very well do so. They have 7 eliminations to the name. This one will add as the 8th. And that's not going to be a bad number. They had 15 in the last game. They're looking for 18 in this one. Unless Assassin decides to go ahead and die to the zone, it's going to be a battle that IHC is able to put on their boards. Wrong place, buddy, wrong place. He's not inside the smokes. He's just troubling you. He's still behind the tree. If only you knew.
I mean, in fights like these, I still say IHC is... why is the vehicle still not out? Just push and finish the game. How do you want to give Assassin to live a little bit longer? It should be an easy battle. It should be an easy fight. All 3 players just run at him. The white markers are there and now the spam connects. Yeah, Assassin does not have a lot of HP to work with. He can just be taken down anytime. 3 different angles from which he's being sprayed upon. Godless with the final shot. And IHC, consistency is back with them. Second in the first game, first in the second game. I know it sounds a little bit weird, but then at the end of the day, they are able to get 30 points between these two. What a brilliant way to start the day for IHC.
Brilliant nonetheless. And it seems like IHC right now would have toppled the position of SKYLIGHTZ Gaming in the weekly standings. And if you talk about overall rank, they're already on number 13. 8 eliminations, 18 total points. IHC with the victory.
Make it clap.
Hi guys, welcome back after a short little break. The map of Erangel, fun one. Of course, the map is fun, so we had a good game. But a surprise victor, I'd say. IHC, I did not expect IHC to throw in such a performance. But seems like week 3 is their redemption week overall.
Exactly, and they've been doing it great. I mean, yeah, we've seen teams try to improve, we've seen teams try to go ahead and get themselves out of the bottom 4. But this is huge. They're literally in top 2 of this week's standings. That's humongous progress.
I think so. After game number 3, we will revisit the standings that are still going on, or maybe after the day ends. But their IHC for sure is going to be in top 3. The performance that they've shown, the way that they, I'd say, have shown intent altogether. I mean, you have a lot of underperforming teams. You have King of Spades, you have ASL. Now their approach to the game is all snaky. Final zone, we'll just prone in, we'll just try to survive. IHC had only 3 players. They were taking fights all over the board. They were like, we just might get eliminated the next second, so let's accumulate as many frag points as possible because that is something in our hand. Even though the MVP from the game is going to be Assassin, who got somehow 8 elimination, but then look at the number, 793. Not a lot of damage, but the elimination number is definitely huge.
Yeah, and for some reason, even if you have less damage and more eliminations, you do get a great spot onto the overall leaderboard because elimination points all add up. Doesn't matter whether you had more damage or not. So that's good for ASL. They've been trying to get into top 16, at least be able to go ahead and play the finals, and I think they will be able to. And if you talk about IHC, they might even find themselves in the spot for bonus game this time.
Alright, yeah, bonus game is definitely going to be IHC's priority. And I see, even though if they're not able to, perform in the next few days, even if they stop performing right now, getting 5-6 points every game, that should get them through the bonus game. Top 12 is something.
I wouldn't say that yet though.
Top 12 though, they're literally #1 right now. For them to drop all the way down to 13 in 2 different days is not going to be possible at all. Because if you look at the previous weeks as well, 80 points, if you get 80 points, 90 points in the entire week, you qualify for the bonus game.
That's true.
So, I mean, putting history into a little bit of reference over here, I don't think so. IHC will have a lot of difficulty moving into the bonus game. But yeah, again, 18 points this time. The previous time they had 12, this time they have 18 points. Yes, I mean, I did call them a little bit lucky considering the map of Sanhok is based on 70% luck. But this time around, it was all skill. A little bit work could be still done in terms of elimination. Because if ASL can get 11, IHC is far better team than them. But yes, I mean, great job done by the side of team IHC. ASL as well showing up 17 points, not bad at all. King of Spades with 11 to their name. So all the bottom table teams have performed in this game.
They have. I'm even seeing Stronger FAKELOVE show up onto the occasion. They have only 7 points, but it's still good enough to stay in top 5. That's great. They've been picking up their pieces eventually because they are struggling on the 16th position now overall. But 4MV, HVDC, DRS, Raw Esports, these teams have been slightly disappointing in this particular game. 3 for each and 2 for Raw. And the remainings had only 1 single point. But thankfully, JMEX at least had 1. They generally have none, so a good start there. But yeah, I mean, I just got a minute to think about it again, and yeah, you're probably correct because even if IHC stops performing now, they are gonna have a good enough position, good enough chance to play the bonus because 4MB, Stalwart, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, even though these teams aren't showing up to the occasion just yet, you know that every week, at least 1 or 2 days, they just turn tables around and they do it in such a humongous way. The other teams do not even get the points to be able to go forward with. So yeah, you're probably right that IHC is gonna have an easy journey into the bonus game this time, and probably with the bonus, they might be able to convert themselves in top 12 in the overall standings.
Yeah, 1 extra game plus the extra points that you get for the weekly bonus.
Yep.
All these things help you a lot. So IHC is definitely eyeing for the very first spot. Of course, I mean, I will have to go and check the predictions back again because I don't think so. IHC was predicted by any of our talent pool.
None.
I mean, we also have Mongolian casters in our talent pool, and they also were like, yeah, no, it's either 4MV or Stalwart. IHC will come in as a surprise. A pleasant one, of course, because we've been saying that this league has just been dominated by the Mongolian region. Now, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming have shown us a little bit different. They're like, no, we are also a team that you'll have to fear about. We are also a team which can perform very brilliantly, which can perform super consistently. Great, they've done that, but they're the only representatives there. So they're just surrounded by the Mongolian teams on the other side every part of the time. I mean, Stalwart, 4MV, HVDC, now Mabetex also joining the equation. IHC also. It's endless. It's endless, the Mongolian domination that we're seeing right now.
Exactly, and right now it seems like the Mongolian domination is gonna be slightly troubled by SKYLIGHTZ Gaming actually trying to go ahead and make their own space in the game. But yeah, we are gonna be walking into the second match, actually third, sorry, but this is gonna be the second of Erangel.
Erangel, yes.
But yeah, that's another Erangel that we get to see, and on this one, 4MV is gonna be a part, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is gonna be a part. So stronger FAKELOVE cannot go for Yasna Poliana, stronger FAKELOVE cannot go for either military base. So this is gonna be slightly difficult for them to find out their own grounding. And the way the circles have been recently, they generally do prefer to go towards either Yasna or Stalwart. Hardly has the circle gone towards Georgiopol, so that's like a completely distilled region right now.
Oh yeah, Georgiopol is a little bit out of action. Early days we did see Leo and King of Spades fight. Early days, I think we also see some more teams fight it out towards the Western City. IHC
Even
though
T2K
never
and
had
King of Spades.
Yeah, T2K and King of Spades. So IHC has never had that early battle towards the Georgiopol containers that they usually come. So we'll have to see. We will have to see if we see any sort of battle happening between either of these teams. But here we have it. The match of Erangel already begins. And what do I see? I see Georgiopol. This is again ending towards the city of Lipovka.
Well, we'll soon figure out if Lipovka is going to be
It's
the
on the
end
line.
statement. It is. Okay, never mind. The line showed up slightly late for me. It seems like my map feed is running a little slower. But yeah. In any case, it is gonna be a very northern plane path, and I think the southern region is gonna be slightly out of reach. 4MV can start, shedding tears already because military base is gonna be a huge deviation, unless the circle supports it.
Yeah, so military base, 4MV, they've already dropped in. They will choose one of these Gatka roads and use their vehicle. Stalwart though will drop around Gatka. So they will take that split. They will try to loot, and we might have an early 4MV versus ST on our hands if Stalwart is able to figure out that the team in front of them is 4MV. Of course, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be that obvious. But then sometimes it does happen that you see a team, you take some shots, and as soon as you figure out, well, this is the team, you just go in for the battle entirely.
Yep. Let's see if that's gonna be the case as of now. But yeah, the teams are slightly scattered this time. Generally, we do see teams start to drop from the starting of the plane path itself, and it goes on for a while, and then there's a huge blank. But this time it's not so. And look
at the zone.
look at the zone exactly. 4MV
All the way down south. I say even Stalwart, if you find a vehicle, just run Novo. No problem in that. Because Novo Repno as a city is going to be easily approachable now. Although we were talking about this, we did not have a lot of fights, but as soon as we said BIT and JMEX, two unknown teams have dropped in. I think IHC is not a part of the map, so both of them thought this city will be free, but find themselves. And JMEX is the one who has drawn the first blood.
Wow, okay, this is new. But Lexi is still knocked. He is gonna be eliminated as well. Slightly late to the revenge, but 90 degree will be shot. Now 90 degree will get eliminated as well, but you are in trouble. Frag. Nobody gets taken down. Frag is almost alone as of now, if I'm correct. And BIT still has two players. Okay, Orangey is gonna be there. Orangey and Frag, 2v2 it is. Both teams taking damage, taking loss.
I mean, I literally saw a JVX player bait his teammate to get one knock.
Yeah.
Now that's not how the game should have been played. Dante is essentially able to trade out the opponent, but now in a 1v1 there's a shotgun. So it's not going to be that easy. The M16 switch has come in. Yeah, and the barrel will be able to do the job. So that's okay, not the barrel, is the M4 which does the job. You get that frag, but JMEX, even after the elimination, they've lost two players. win the battle, not the war. That's their strategy right now. They're like, yeah, we'll spoil the game for the other teams, we'll get the 4 frags, but we do not care about our own teammates.
This was sad. I mean, Frag could have actually saved Lexi because when Lexi got mashed
Exactly.
upon, there should have been a draw coming in from the side of Frag to try and eliminate BIT. I mean, you could have been 3 players. Even if you want to spoil a sport, you could have spoiled it better and even more further if you had all 3. But well, this is just sad. I mean, now I see why JMEX is where they are.
My god, I mean, it's one thing to lose a player, not just Rihanna, you would have had all 4 because that player went on to kill another player of
Oh,
yours.
yes, Lexi, yes.
So yeah, the trade could have just made sure that all of your 4 players survive. But you were maybe too afraid to take that battle, maybe a little bit hesitant that I could get traded out because there's a shotgun, and then we lose 3 instead of 1. All things could have been considered, but the result, this one cannot. Meanwhile, HVDC, they see a seal player, knock him down, and the bridge is where the fights are happening.
Stalwart Esports, however, decides for something different. They drop down from the bridge, and HVDC knows Ryuk is coming in, his shotgun is out, but this fight becomes long range soon enough, and there's no connection he can find. Stalwart Esports now trying to march back in, but HVDC is ready for the fight. Hero is literally chasing a car on his feet. Wow. Okay.
Ooh, let's see HVDC now. Ryuk, will he be able to confirm that frag or do tops is the question. Now HVDC, the way that they've played this battle till now is just amazing to see. The other teams would not have been favored in any given situation. But the fight between Seal and Stalwart getting a little bit distracted, everything has essentially worked out in the favor of Team HVDC.
Exactly, and now they are not stopping at all. They're tailing
Chase.
action and they're constantly in this high speed chase. I mean, as much speed as you could get on the map of BGMI. But yeah, now the vehicles are gonna double up. The rest of the team is also arriving to the occasion. Action, you can say but goodbye already. Find anyone you can on the roads and just bid them farewell because this is not going in your favor at all.
He'll survive. He'll survive though because the players have finally lost vision of where he was going. And yeah, well, not the good start for Stalwart Esports. They've lost a player. Isolated from each other, regrouping should be priority overall. So let's see if that is the case or not. By HUDC, they will be happy. They're like, yeah, from a position where we all 4 should have been dead to a position where we have 3 frags at no problem. That's something we did not expect at all.
Exactly. I mean, they are looking good as of now. Now, ASL is going to be another team right in the crosshairs. This team has been wanting battles all around. This week, ASL has been trying to step up just as much as IHC did, but slightly unsuccessful overall. They are going to start shooting onto HVDC, but HVDC will get the first knock.
Yeah, well, Arrow has been traded out, so you need to be really careful, Arrow. Revival should be a priority right now, and yes, the team has already arrived. The remaining 2 players of Team ASL are also in a spot where the revival is not going to be easy at all. Plus, Sleepy is lacking ammo. So, some point or the other, he will have no bullets to shoot upon. Chari, though, also takes down another player of HVDC. The shotgun finally reigns supreme, and SKYLIGHTZ with a third party. A little bit overconfidence HVDC, and that will put you in the grave.
Well, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is gonna enjoy the fruit of this fight, but as of now, it seems like they are not done though. They're trying to scope out the area, find out the team that they were already in battle with, and find out HVDC's, opponents and revenge there as well. Not really for the better of HVDC, but for the better of their own. Just add frags to the board, add more and more elimination points because even they know their first spot has already been threatened by IHC. This time around though, T2K and JMEX both battling the blue still, but the circle is gonna give easy entry to a lot of teams. The southern island has finally been acquired by 4MB again, but they have only 1 frag to the name and Stalwart still survives on to Novorem.
Good shots from No Fear, man. With just a red dot, that too. He's able to get that knock and probably the frag as well. Mafia Ninja gets another knock onto Chari and ASL. They were a little bit lucky when it came to the fight with the players of Team HVDC, but the luck does not work over here. No Fear gets another frag to his name. Both the remaining players of Team ASL are isolated. Joker will be pushed upon. The spray will reveal his position in a 1v2. It's not going to be easy at all as the shotgun will take down Joker as well.
Oh no, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming with 4 frags already through the name, 1 stolen out of HVDC and the 3 taken on ASL will be looking good and soon might find Assassin as well. They are literally on the hunt and now I think they have suspected where Assassin may be hiding. In the meanwhile though, Venom and NBeSports, these two teams constantly keep finding each other and are trying to be the ones that actually win the battle.
Riley cooking up a nade, tosses it out but does not connect. On the other hand, Riley has taken a lot of damage onto himself. So he has to survive for now. NBeSports, they come in with a backup. Not backup, it's only Face Boy. But Mondo, he has been able to get that knock from up top. Akash also pushing in. NBeSports, this is a fight to win. Tommy goes down and DE Venom out of the server.
Two nicely targeted nades and that's 2 frags already. After those 2 knocks, it was all on to one single player and the whole team marched in. Now, what could he even do in this situation? The answer is nothing. Just died off and made it a victory for NB Esports. Looking good so far, but yes, when it comes to number of frags, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is still gonna have the banner to their hands. But yeah, the circle keeps shrinking in, and now everyone has to go to the southern island. And
Look
the
at that.
bridge will be camped.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry for interrupting, Anna, but I just cannot get my head over it. MG3 with a extended quick draw map, but for what? For snipers. Okay. Is MG3 a sniper to you, airdrop? I saw this happen yesterday as well.
Yep, the
MG3
ATEX.
with an ATEX.
Yes.
What is this? What is this? Come on, PUBG Mobile Gods. Makes sense in the airdrop. But I believe they do not want to. Plus, this map, anyways, does not have a lot of sniper action involved. Because you usually prefer the medium range fights where, again, these M4s are a lot more viable. But let's see IEWO though in this fight against T2K if they're able to do something about it. XMPL around the corner has to deal with a shotgun, so needs to be really careful.
Leaves the compound, runs away, and leaves WOI8 wondering where he is. T2K now in a different area slightly, but still not inside the zone. Will take the damage. Domain has been knocked, and that should give T2K the warning to actually go ahead and finish off the fight before the revival happens.
IEW left with just 2 Vadu and make it 1 because it's all down to Octopus. Steps on a nade Vadu, and it's only Jane and XMPL over here, right? Who just have been able to do the major heavy lifting. Octopus all alone, but gets 1 knock, and the time taken to heal yourself will punish you. Octopus might not get anything else, but T2K, well, in a fight where they should have lost nothing, they've lost 1 player.
Out of nowhere, for no reason at all, XMPL gets taken down and does not have the cover from Jane at that one particular moment. But well, in any case, they are going to be happy with the 4 frags they do have and trying to acquire more so that they can justify the loss they just took. Now, Leo is very far away, and that means even if you get the knock, the confirmation is not coming in. And wait a second, Leo is gonna try to swim across?
The only option left. I mean, you will try to run through the shores and probably get some cover, but that's never an easy job to do considering there's SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, considering there's just 1 player of ASL, but he will be enough. Also the players of DEADEYES, guys. But meanwhile, they're just falling. They're falling like flies. I believe some of the player on the other part, I think NBeSports are the ones who already spotted Liquid, and they have been able to take down players 1 by 1. But prediction time, Hana. I'll let you go first. Who do you think is going to win it out? And I probably know your answer.
Surprisingly, you don't. I'm picking DRS.
No, I thought 4MV is what you'll go with.
No.
Never mind. DRS, interesting choice by you, but then I'll stick with my boys at Stalwart. I know they've lost a player, but I still think they can do it.
We'll see. We'll see how this goes because both these teams are gonna be in a lot of trouble. Every single team is gonna be in a lot of trouble because most of the teams did get concentrated onto this island, and now that the circle is shrinking, they are finding it hard to navigate the plains because this terrain is home for 4MV and 4MV alone. They know every nook and cranny like no one else, and that map knowledge helps a lot when it comes down to the wire. But well, as of now, T2K, nice. Great driving skills. I want to give you a driver's license right now.
But guess what, Hana? He does not need one. He's a certified PUBG Mobile driver because he plays in PMPL. So that is something that will work in their favor. But yeah, I mean that unofficial prediction that we were talking about, Hana, the day before yesterday, the producer prediction. We'll let you know,
Yeah,
guys. He predicts 4MV. No surprises over there because they of course have a really good spot inside the zone. So if that battle happens, then 4MV is definitely poised to win. But meanwhile, T2K, they've got themselves inside the zone 4 now, but Rig is down on the ground and I do not see any of the players interested in his revival.
exactly. Deadeye's guys also trying to just surmount onto T2K in the meanwhile. So even if there was any interest in the revival, it wouldn't really come in action as quickly. They've already lost a couple of players. T2K is going to be in trouble. So let's see what happens. In the meanwhile, though, for him, we lose a player. Baron is down on the ground, and I think Stalwart will be able to capture this spot soon enough. SKYLIGHTZ Gaming was gonna be my second choice, but it seems like they should have been the first.
Alright. Dog though has been completely finished off by the player of STFL. NBeSports though one by one are eliminating the squad of team DRS. But yeah, they will also bite the dust. Not before doing a lot of damage. Meanwhile, look at the circle. Another shift and this will favor Stalwart Esports a lot. Precious Sir though has been able to take down Jane. That fight shouldn't have been won by him because it was such a medium or a long range battle. But then you never know when you'll be surprised. T2K, they're getting frags one after the other. But essentially will be eliminated by DEADEYES guys.
Exactly, and Deadeye's guys now will be able to revive their fallen comrades as well. In the meanwhile, Leo trying to chip off onto Assassin. Will Assassin get assassinated in this fight and not be able to hold ground for ASL any further? It seems very much so. A compound has been captured by 4MV, and this is the compound where 4MV will be able to find themselves that redemption for having lost a player and wait off till they see the remaining teams lose players as well. DRS also on a lot of damaged ground, now looking for redemption as well.
Holy. Wait a second. Oh, what a what?
Wow!
That's an absurd dog. I'll just go ahead and say that's an absurd dog. It shouldn't have happened. But East is able to get it done. Although one of his player again falls. Refers gets that knock on to 4MV and now STFL. They join back. They're like, yeah, we will first of all close this fight and then move together inside the zone as a team. Little do they know that there's a third party coming from Stalwart very, very soon. A Molly connects onto Senior and he gets taken down. Refers gets completely taken away from the game. Senior also falls. They wanted to fight as a team, they'll die as a team over here.
Oh no, 4MV.
Oh,
Producer sir,
1v3.
you can bid goodbye to your prediction. Your
Beka
reaction
just
is
went
impeccable.
bang. He just went bang with the MG3. All three players, insane spray transfer.
I am liking the reaction from the producer right now. If only we could have his voice online as well. But yeah, stronger fake love just going ahead and capturing onto a fight that they were not supposed to be in and making it harder for our producer to breathe. You might need an inhaler, buddy. Beautiful.
Oh, I mean, good job done by STFL. Although on the other hand, this will also help the other teams to rotate inside the zone because now DRS can freely rotate. They will have a little bit of a fight, I'd say, with the player of Team Stalwart, I believe.
No,
Maybe
they
not.
will withdraw. They'll withdraw.
So yeah, they'll just make sure that they are in a good position. Action though, I never like this guy from Stalwart. Remove Action from Stalwart. He gives me anxiety. Look at it. He's just roaming in a buggy as if the petrol is free. We have to pay 100 rupees a liter for that thing over here, but for Action it's literally free. And he's not even caring about his off. What is he doing, man? Just please play as a squad of 3. I've got you in my prediction. Not just here, but the weekly one too, man.
Oh goodness. I am loving seeing all of you get upset. This is looking good for me. DRS is not doing great either. They're literally so close to Stalwart Esports. They should be scared for themselves because I am. But yeah, I mean, I'm loving the way you both are feeling right now. Anyway, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, yes, I should have gone with you. I'm so sorry. But yeah, in this particular meanwhile, there are a lot of teams that have literally just one single player. And out of all of them, the one in the best position is going to be HEDC because Rogue has no fights coming his way. While Leo and ASL both will have to fight it off against SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. And SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, I think, will be able to eliminate one. And there it happens. And now it's all about Ketauta. Once he is taken down, it's gonna be mostly team fights. Deadeyes guys trying to march it on to Rogue. He will get taken down as well. This wasn't supposed to be the direction Deadeyes guys goes in, but okay, if you choose so.
Yeah, so DeadEye's guys, what they did over here was they just wanted to clear their backsides, and they used a vehicle. One of the players inside the vehicle fell, and as soon as he did, the trade was essentially there. And now they know that they do not need to look behind them because they've literally cleared every other tree and are comfortably inside the zone. 18 players still remaining, but we still have 7 teams. So on an average, you have about 3 players from every team. This is definitely looking like a SKYLIGHTZ game.
Yep.
Because they have all the 4 players. They are on one part of the map where there will be no fights at all, unless they decide to, of course. But the other players as well, they are eliminating the lower number team. So these third-party fights, which usually hamper SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, will not happen at all.
Exactly. However, here's the thing. Even though in the earlier circles, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is a silent killer, going towards the end circles, they do want the fights. So they will be looking for some soon enough, and that might result into them coming down to 3 players as well. But in the meanwhile, Deadeyes guys will take care of Stalwart Esports, and now they're down to 2. Action with one single frag. Stalwart has no numbers to themselves, even though there's only 6 teams surviving, so they will have some placement points to go forward with. But yeah, that's only 2 placement points at this point, even though they're not going to be the ones that taken down first because stronger FAKELOVE. There are only 2 players and one gets taken down to little HP and then knocked. Like this is what you get for taking down all of 4 MV.
But you also see Deadeyes guys from behind, so essentially you cannot fight this one out that freely as you are expecting to. So need to be really careful. Meanwhile, Boro all out in the open and they lose a player. Wow, SKYLIGHTZ. The only way you could have gotten eliminated was by showing carelessness, and that's exactly what has happened over here. All out in the open, Mr. Boro, and punished for that.
I am happy for DRS. I am so happy for DRS. It's looking like SKYLIGHTZ Gaming dug their own grave. They lost a player, but then again, it was Boro, not No Fear. So it's still not completely clear. But yeah, it soon might be because now a lot of teams have an idea of a team in that particular area. They know SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is surviving. They know SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is in that area. And soon enough, the attention will be diverted to them. Stalwart as well trying to look in the same direction soon enough. But yeah, Deadeyes guys will take care of stronger FAKELOVE. Stalwart will be like, thank you.
Easy job for Deadeyes guys over here. Because they will be able to eliminate the whole squad of Team STFL. But now look at the zone. The zone is not with the players of DRS. The zone is not with the Stalwart Esports either. And if they just go in straight, the ridge that Deadeyes guys have is just supreme. I believe this is the end for the game for Stalwart Esports. They cannot move any further from here on. If everything of course goes correct, which in the past 50 games has not for me. So I still cannot say much about any of these teams either. But yeah, man, a funny elimination to Mr. Boro. And that also might be that SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, the way that they were playing, they will change it out to be a little bit more passive. And even if they get the chicken, they won't be able to get the most number of points.
Exactly. Being able to, get the eliminations is also going to be prime to being able to, stay on the first position after the chicken. As of now, DRS found out where Ketauta is, but this march-in is happening by one single player. Not the best position, but okay, go for the fight that you want to go for. One gets knocked. The trade should have come in, but that also gets knocked. Wow, DRS, wow.
You jump spotted this guy. You literally jump spotted this guy and knew he was here. Now I understand for you to quickly finish this fight because you knew the third party angle can come in from literally any direction. Little caution could have been taken. You could have gone together. You give that 1 second to DBS. That's where you'll be eliminated. And that's where you have been eliminated. And DRS reduced to just 1.
Not looking good at all for DRS anymore. And now SKYLIGHTZ Gaming again seems like they have the driving wheel. Even though cannot take out DEADEYES guys from the equation just yet. Because look guys, they have all 3 online. Never mind.
Oh, the knock.
Never mind.
The knock with the nade and even Trix has been spotted down. A nade onto Trix, but Trix will survive. Action is still making sure he's cooking a lot of these nades and throwing onto the remaining players of D. Action looking for another one. I think there's a Groza in the hands of Slayer, sir, so you have to be careful in that close range combat. But if you can do the job with the nades, it should be perfect. Precious has also been brought back up into the game. The reset is yet to arrive because Action throws another good nade. IC with the vehicle trying to run over one of these guys, but Trix will manage to get that knock onto IC, and Stalwart will also be down to just 2 players. Now, these are the moments which I do not like Stalwart said, because they were so... what's the correct word? So careless, and now are on the verge of getting completely eliminated.
This is definitely blunders after blunders being made by teams that we predict. First 4MV, then Stalwart, then DRS. Everyone is trying to get themselves eliminated, it seems so. But well, as of now, DEADEYES guy is looking prime. Precious sir, however, might not get back
Third
at
time.
all to begin with. Oh no.
Oh my god.
This is
It's
sad.
funny, man. He gets revived, again, boink, knock. He gets revived, again, boink, knock. I mean, it does not even matter for Action. He is just tossing nades and Precious sir is going, look at him get knocked again. Please, one more nade. It does not get thrown in, but this time around he will be able to get that first aid into his body. But Rules on the other hand has been able to take down No Fear from SKYLIGHTZ. I'm sure the revival should come in. The frag should not be confirmed. But yeah, the other teams except for Leo are outside the zone.
Oh goodness. Leo has literally one single player, but this time here's the thing, it's Yetauta. We've seen this guy go for clutch moments and done great by himself as well. So you cannot really count the team completely out of the game, and because the circle is also going to be pushing in on these teams, we might see more player loss happen for them. Specifically, if DEADEYES guys and SKYLIGHTZ Gaming both lose a player each, we'll still have similar competition for all of these. Because Stalwart still has 2.
Wow. Action while just
Oh,
withdrawing
wow.
has
Again,
been able to
Precious
get that knock. Yeah. Now tell me not to laugh. How can I not? Man, that's just too funny. Now Action is still tossing a few nades onto DEADEYES guys, but then the third party finally comes in. I'm not predicting Stalwart anymore because they are doing funny things. Yes, they're giving me content, but they're not giving me the chicken. And chicken is what I get points from. So I'm not predicting Stalwarts from here on. But on the other hand, DEADEYES guys, they have to also move inside the zone. Slayer Sir's nade will confirm that frag onto Action. Precious Sir, I think he realizes that there is no more fuel available in the vehicle. So has to just run it with the foot. Now they will be able to get inside the zone, but SKYLIGHTZ will still, I'd say, be preferred for that chicken dinner. They are pushing in onto DEADEYES guys. Trix is still hidden, not spotted, and will eliminate.
Wow.
What do I even say now, man? I'm not saying these teams there because one after the other, they just keep getting eliminated.
The curse is real, buddy. The curse is real. Now it's DEADEYES guys with all 3 versus Leo, DRS, and Stalwart Esports, all with 1 single player. Never mind. DRS is out of the game now.
Nana 1 HP. The booster saves him. The zone might eliminate him, but that's entirely some other case. Yetauta spotted down, being shot upon. The shots do not land as of now because he will find that perfect corner to hide in. Also throws a few smokes to make sure he survives. On the other hand, DEADEYES guys, they are still trying to find someone. Bro, Leo has just signed, I'd say, a treaty with PUBG Mobile Gods in which he is providing some sort of service over here, but always has the zone. Once again has the zone. I don't know how. And there are nades for DEADEYES guys, so they can essentially put one in that shack and eliminate the guy. But still, they haven't opted to do so because they're very fearful of the third party coming in.
Let's see what happens going forward because 4 teams, 6 players. This is where we're at right now. Deadeye's guys completely out of the circle. Stalwart will still be able to make it in slightly easily compared to Deadeye's guys, because here's what happens. When you're only one single player remaining from your team and it's this close, being able to make it back in the circle is slightly easier because all the attention is given to the team with the most players. So all the eyes are set on Deadeye's guys, and everyone else is having an easier time trying to navigate. Nice.
Etauta is continuously throwing some smokes to make sure that you do not find the hole to throw the nade through. So that's a good strat in my mind. But then Deadeye's guys, why are they so passive? They know that there's just one player each. I think I got the answer because Rules is still surviving. Rules gets that knock, Tricks is able to get the trade back up. The revival, though, I don't think so is going to be that easy because I see Slayers are very far away. And as soon as Deadeye's guys try to get that revival, they will be put into trouble. Now this game is yet not over. Tricks trying to toss a few nades onto Yeta Uta. Let's see if they connect or not because still now no damage has been dealt. A little bit of spam and finally Tricks with a little bit of luck has been able to take down the player. The revival will also be thrown in. And Deadeye's guys with a lot of frags should be able to get the chicken dinner.
Stalwart Esports still trying to go aggressive. Nirzet tries to shoot onto Trix, gave up the position but then relocated. Now the circle is pushing in on him. That's where the problem is. Still tries to take up some shots, still constantly misses, but well, there's the final coffin, there's the final nail. Deadeye's guys with that victory get themselves a great position overall.
15 frags is what they had from this game. So you will also praise them for the number of eliminations you have. Great job done by the side of Team Deadeye's guys. And a winner chicken dinner for them. This is a team we were hoping to get good performance from. And they finally delivered. 15 elimination, 25 points. Great game for DE.
Make it clap.
Alright guys, welcome back after a short little break. We are back with PMPL SA 2023 and what a game, man. Full of action, full of excitement, and a team that did not drop in the southern side of the zone is able to get the chicken. I'm a little bit surprised because of that.
Exactly. And well, you said a lot of action. I think not as much action because action got eliminated pretty quickly. Stalwart Esports kinda lost because of that one loss that happened way too early into the game and the anxiety that you get from this guy.
I know I'm good with predictions. I'm not good with predicting players that will throw the game. You getting my point? You're getting my point because
I'm getting your point.
I
completely.
am just unlucky.
I
did not even say that that player lost them the entire game because he did not. It's a part of the game. Now I went on with these complaints to all these different PUBG players. Bro, this is happening to me. Help me get my predictions correct. They said, bro, part of the game. Cannot do anything. I said, you want to throw and you say that part of the game. Okay, part of the game. I accept it. Not my fault. And not the best possible game for Stalwart either. Yes, they're second, but only 2 frags to their name.
Yes, I mean, Stalwart is definitely looking good as of like overall leaderboard, but yeah, this game could have been much better. And I mean, yeah, I understand you, Fritz. Like, being in a position where you pick up the right names for the right fights and then they throw. I mean, I suffered the same today. Like, DRS just had to march it into a fight that was not
Yeah,
meant for
exactly.
them. Lost 2 players for no reason. Like, it was 2 against 1. You chose the fight. He was forced into it, and you still lost. Like, how?
I'll tell you how. DBS. One word answer. People still say just put that weapon where it belongs, in the drop, and not in every player's hand. And they're correct about it, man. They're just correct about it. If you really love the DBS, go loot the drops. Hope to find one in the drop, and the fights will happen around the place where the drop is. But if you look at the eliminations overall, we have Trickster with 7 elimination and is the MVP of the entire game. Why not?
Well, he is, and well, I mean, DEADEYES guys getting good number of eliminations, getting a great chicken for themselves. They are literally toppling tables right now. Let's see how far they can keep this consistency going, because when it comes to consistency, we're definitely seeing DEADEYES guys on the very lower side of it. But yeah, 7 eliminations for Trickster, 3 for Precious Sir, 4 for Slayer Sir. Beautiful.
Beautiful indeed. And DEADEYES guys, they did play a great game. SKYLIGHTZ as well had a good part of it.
Elimination.
Where it was always No Fear who was able to, do the majority. I say
Damn.
No Fear did the damage. Tricks was the
Exactly.
person who stole the frags. He's the one who did the dirty thing. But hey, that's the beauty of Battle Royale at the same time.
Yep.
If you do not confirm your own frag, joke's on you, my man. You are the one who will be suffering a lot.
That is true. That is true. No
And
fear,
we
even
laugh.
after that much damage, could not really go ahead and get those frags. But yes, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming still sustains the second position with 10 points in total. But yeah, DEADEYES guys, the difference between the first and the second team is huge.
Oh my god. That's exactly as many eliminations as they've got, right? So that's the difference right there. Because SKYLIGHTZ Gaming got 10 total points. Not a bad game for SKYLIGHTZ, not a bad game for Leo. A really bad game for Stalwart Esports, considering they ended up second, and for the very first time I see them getting only 2 frags from a game like that. But they, to be honest, were put in very tough spots as well. They themselves though put themselves in the tough spots, but hey, it is what it is. But 12th position is where 4FB is with just 2 points. I don't even talk about JMEX ASL because top 16, I think they have already given up on their dream.
I mean,
But yeah, the remainder
ASL
of the
is
teams-
probably getting into top 16 because Stronger FAKELOVE is not performing the way they should. And we've already
IHC
seen
though.
IHC go to 13th position in total.
Yeah, so that will push the every other team a little bit lower, na?
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, Stronger
So
FAKELOVE
they
not
could be on
performing good
16th.
is definitely giving ASL some option. Let's see. We'll find out the moment we start seeing the overall, leaderboard. But yeah, TDM is about to happen. And we are already in round 3, everybody.
Yeah, and this is just before the semi-finals. So I think before jumping into the TDM, we will also be looking forward towards the bracket ones. So the brackets is something I'm looking forward to. Which 2 teams are going to battle it out today? That's an answer that will be given when we see the brackets. So I believe we have HVDC playing today. And till now, I think HVDC has been the most consistent one. I think.
Might be the case, yes, but I think HVDC is down in the lower sides. Yeah, it's D, Venom, and Raw Esports today, and whoever wins fights it off with Stalwart Esports in the semi-finals. So let's see. Let's see how this one goes, because they're definitely looking very promising. And now, being able to win this battle, we might see the other team trying to make it into the semi-finals. We only have one so far. Oh.
Early fight goes into the favor of Venom D, but that's just the first frag, and it took 30 seconds. I feel that we're going to be over here a long time, Hana. Both these teams are going to play it very passively. Finally, fights happen, but it is Team Venom DE who will conquer everyone and send them back to spawn.
This was good. 4 frags at once. Greatly done by Venom DE players. And now Rambo is again trying to march right in. And he gets only 1. Oh, he got 2. Yeah.
It feels a little slower today, I feel like. It's okay though, we are over here to justify the action in front of you guys. You can just have a look at the overall score. That is right now 9-4 in the favor of DE Venom, and they still are going on crazy. 10-6. Raw Esports is slowly and steadily try to get it back in their control. Let's see for how long can they do that. Krita around the corner spots a player of Team Raw. The shots do not connect, but the trades essentially happen.
The trades do happen, and as of now, it seems like the Venom is going to be having the better side of it. Look at the lead, it has gone all the way up to 6 points. Make it 7, no, make it 6 again. Because the trades will reign supreme.
I mean, still 15 for Venom DE. And Raw Esports are yet to answer back, so it'll be a little bit difficult. A good flash. Neither us nor can the player see anything around that. But once again, trying to cook a nade, does not land. One after the other, you have trades going on. Rambo on the left hand side has a cheeky angle. So as soon as any of these Raw players try to make their move, they could be shot upon. But Rambo wanted to be a little proactive in that battle. Gets taken down, but Domi answers right back and backstabs two of these players. Also gets almost the third one, but the guy still survives.
He does and survives in a very good spot to create the crossfire there, but still it's 24-15, 9-point difference that Venom DE has already acquired. Pro Esports gotta be scared.
Of course they've got to be scared because the difference between the two teams is just too much now. 10 points. 5-6 points is something you can always come back from, not 10.
It is going to be a hard run and even a harder battle going forward because look at Venom DE. All three players are marching in. They have control of Warehouse. Will get taken down though. But I think same retaliation will come in soon enough. Are they trying to go slightly like passive this time? Seems so.
Even I wanted a reset. Finally get that and Riley has been able to get that frag. Although the trade is there from Jiggle with the nade. But Venom DE is still in that advantage. Tommy almost taking down Sky. 1 HP is what this guy survives with. Riley Khan, a nade in his hands. The push is being thrown in. Raw Esports, they've been able to bring down the nade just to 5. Now make it 6 and make it 7. Never mind. I said it a bit too early because Riley was still surviving with the Groza. He does the job perfectly.
Sure does, and now he's in a spot where he can see everybody but nobody can see him. Tosses a nade, does not really land, but he is going to be able to confirm the frags going forward. And that's another added bonus. 6 points lead still in the favor of Venom DE, and 6 is all they need to actually go ahead and win this. 34 already.
6 more frags needed. DE Venom, let's see if they are awarded those 6 frags or not. Domi very atrociously wants to transfer a spray. Gets one still with the help of a little bit Rambo.
2.
But Domi is able to take down Raw as Sky from Raw. One after the other, the players fall. And now you just need one more point. Rambo with the Groza. I think he was the MVP for the game. Riley. Oh, never mind. It was Riley. That is the guy who gets 15 frags overall. And essentially a one-sided victory.
Exactly, almost 20% of the weight was lifted by Riley alone, and now, sorry, almost 40% actually. Yes, almost 40% of the weight was lifted by Riley alone. And now we are gonna see DE Venom versus Stalwart Esports when it goes to semifinals. However, the next match is gonna be between NBeSports and T2K, which will happen tomorrow.
Ooh, that's definitely going to be an interesting thing. But yeah, in the beginning I thought we'll be over here for a long period of time.
But it ended in 4
other
minutes.
ideas.
Yeah.
They just had, bro, what are you saying? We're just taking all the time to figure out how Raw plays. And as soon as they figured out, they just fighted everyone out too. So good job done by the team over here. And they are able to just get the game over as soon as possible. But yeah, now moving to the next game, that is going to be the map of Miramar. Now let's see how does this Miramar map fold out.
We'll figure out soon enough because Miramar is gonna be 2 long games that happen, and this is the last map that a lot of teams are gonna be playing because Group A will be sitting out the last one, so their day ends right here, and Group A teams will be having this last point of redemption, and I think Stalwart belongs to Group A.
Yes. Stalwart Esports is, of course, they proved my prediction correct the previous week. So why not? The first team always stays in Group A. You know just how education system here is. Group A, perfect students, Group B, and it keeps on decreasing. Exactly like that we have divisions in PUBG Mobile. But here we have a little bit of homogeneity. Because then the second, so basically the 5th team is not in Group A. That is in Group D. So homogeneity. We focus on teams trying to improve their teammates. Although I'm making things up. That's not the case. Here, everyone is out for blood. Even a team of your own group will be shot down if they try to fight it against you. So just making things up, guys. Waiting for the game to start in, and that's why we are here. So you do not get bored out. Just throwing random things. I hope you enjoy it. But yes, now let's jump right into action. Let's jump into this map of Miramar.
Alright, this one is gonna be pretty fun. We are aware that this time there's a lot of teams that are on the verge of trying to make it back into the leaderboards of the week. IHC is back in action now. They've already played Sanhok well. They've already played Erangel well. Will Miramar be another map that IHC is able to seize? Is the question that is like roaming around in my head. As of now, looking at the plane path, it is gonna be going all the way from under Los Leones towards El Azhar, and that makes Mabetex very happy, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the plane path is definitely interesting area. The plane path is definitely an interesting line, I'd say. Los Leones for sure is going to be in a good spot. Impala is also a city that you can really drop in. But yeah, Northern City is a little bit difficult to drop around. Is King of Spades in this game?
Yes, they
Poor
are.
little guys cannot go to ruins, and they will resort to their second drop location towards Los Higos.
Don't we say this like every single time? Every single time the plane path is so far away from ruins, King of Spades literally has to struggle. Literally. Like not even kidding on that one. But yeah, they are gonna be playing this good. They are gonna have a hard time playing this, but we'll soon figure out if this is gonna be one of those matches where they will be able to just, go ahead and make the best out of Los Higos. Ooh, for once, King of Spades does not have to struggle the way they usually do. Their drop, their circle, everything is good.
King of Spades more like King of Luck, although not King because it is just only one time. Maybe Pawn of Luck, so should not be a problem this time around. But yeah, 4MB happy in Chubasera. Their happiness could be short-lived if the players of Team NBeSports decide to push in and get those frags. But early battle has already started off. We do not even get to see the kill feed, but I did see a little bit of jiggle yellow happening around the players of Team Raw. So would like to see if Raw have lost a player or they are the ones who have facilitated that frag onto one of their opponent teams.
Well, we'll soon figure out. And yes, NB Esports has a frag, so it seems like they're the ones who picked one from the side of Raw Esports. But yeah, JMEX is gonna be their next target. Oh wait, they got one from JMEX itself. Raw did not lose
Not
or
surprised.
gain any players.
Uh, Raw losing players, not surprised. So it's not at all problematic for the players of Team NB Esports. Mondo will also charge in, get that frag, get the job done. Oh, JMX want to fight for this. All right. It is just an M16 in the hands of Mondo. There's a molly around the corner which he throws out, but the player just disrespect that. Orange pushing through the molly. The objective for this game for JMEX was to spoil a team's game. They've done that. NB Esports have lost a player.
They sure have. They sure have. NB Esports loses a player. NB Esports might be on the way to lose another. But I think JMEX won't go into the fight just yet because, like, they've already avenged their fallen comrades. But now they should definitely find something better to fight with. Their helmet, their vest, nothing looks good. So I definitely would want to see this team just wait a little bit. Just a little bit. They have nothing right now. Nothing. Just a weapon and a dream.
Ah, okay. Now JVX would like to see. I mean, I would like to see how do they continue the game because with only two players, with only one frag, with no hopes of elimination, with no hopes of qualification too. So this team literally has nothing to do. Look at Orange's camera. He's like, bro, the game can still keep going on, but first of all, I'll fill my stomach. He's eating something. Now that's food and that's distraction.
Exactly. You've been looking out for distraction all through, and now you know exactly why JMEX is having trouble. But well, as of now, Raw Esports has already spotted Fistboy. Fistboy loses a little bit of HP, loses a little bit more, but will still be able to go back into cover because this was a very long range fight. Raw won't be able to make the best out of this. They have a nade, but NB Esports is nowhere in range for being naded out. And the circle is just so Southern SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is gonna be sad, so will be DEADEYES guys. ISC is also all the way into Al Azhar. They'll also have to travel a long path. And because 40% of the circle is inside water, teams are gonna have harder time finding spots for themselves.
Mm-hmm. Now, this first zone seems like a third zone. Just
True.
because of the area that this has in terms of playing. So all these fights will be something to watch out for. SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, although will not be a part of any of these battles because they are all the way up north around water treatment. So they will just be there. Will chill out, no problem whatsoever. NBeSports over here though. Let's see. They still have a good spot that they are in, easily looting for themselves. And it should be a fun game for NBeSports is what I think.
I mean, it could have been if they had one more player, but with only three, I have little hopes for it to be a successful game. But yeah, it can still be fun even if it isn't successful. I mean, I've seen a lot of teams trying to just enjoy the game. Like we already saw JMEX having food and games at the same time. I mean, what's a better combination? Name one and I'll be happy.
Leo Esports do around Puerto Pariso. They've been able to get one more frag onto the player of team Seal. And Leo has also gotten that frag. Okay. One on one, the trade is there. Seal though. Let's see Fearless if he's able to do something about this. Does he fall back? Because he's all alone in this battle. And Liquid and Jetta Uta just both together, sticking hands in hand, trying to get this frag.
Fearless is gonna be fearful right now, seeing the fight coming to his hands. But wait a second, what?
Wow.
Are you kidding me? He's ready for the next one as well. He knows exactly where Soulless will come from. But Scooby is someone he's gonna be having to fight with. But Slipknot with handled that. And now Leo is looking great. Oh my god, Seal. What did you do to yourself?
They could have had all three players surviving in this fight, but now have lost one more. So it's only a duo that will stand for now. And Seal, they will have 4 frags, yes, but then a 2-man squad. Another one of those moments where I say, won the battle, not the war.
This is just the story of all of Battle Royale, specifically in PMPL. There's so many teams who have so bad fights for themselves. You gotta know which fight to take. You gotta be able to pick and choose. You gotta be able to find out the right one and then invest your energy in it. Just because you are here does not mean you know that. You have to know that because you're here. Like when you gotta start learning those tricks and tips just so that you're able to find the right fights. Because coming all the way here and then losing like the way JMEX does, it's sad, disappointing, bad, tragic.
All of those things and more. To be
Yes.
seen in this map of PUBG Mobile. Welcome back to the map of Miramar. So, a little lost in terms of the action. A little lost in terms of finding Leo Esports because they've already been darkened away. That means they've been eliminated. And soon, I think Seal will also join the fray. And soon, the players of team JMEX will also join that list. Because with a couple of players surviving, you do not have a lot of chance at winning the map. The other teams, though, 4MV, I do see them around the players of J. Where is Stalwart? Oh, down south. Down south of Los Angeles is where this team is. And they really have the zone right now. And of course, I mean, there are 3 people over here when we cast, right, guys? So I'll tell you a story. We are 3 people over here. It's me, Ahana, of course, the people you see on screen. And there's a cursed guy behind us who is our producer. He just said Stalwart will have the zone and they're literally on the edge of it. Also, his predictions have just been haywire, as you've seen earlier too. So, just make sure you can beat him up or something like that if he's predicting your team. Please do not beat us. We are the ones bringing you entertainment. But yeah, the other teams though, we will have to see. I mean, how do they perform? How do they want to play up the whole game?
Soon enough, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming still struggling with the zone. IHC still being able to make it just in nick of time. And they will be having an easy entry into the circle as well. Look at how Eastern their rotation has been. The only team they have to fight is Seal, and Seal is not even a team right now. It's just a duo. Like such an easy time IHC is having right now. If they win this, I'm gonna be so proud of them for being able to deliver such great games on all 3 maps in one single day. I mean, IHC will have my hopes up in the sky, above SKYLIGHTZ Gaming.
Ooh, all right. King of Spades
Oh,
though
okay.
are in just a easy position, but T2K on the other hand they get a knock. That's a fight I would love to seriously jump in because T2K, that's another team that is hoping to get back in the top six, top seven positions. And Deadeye's guys, the team that just got the chicken, has a player down on the ground.
Yeah, they're a one-hit wonder. They show up, then they disappear. It happens all the time. Stalwart Esports, in the meanwhile, trying to seal off the deal with Seal Esports, but in the same time, Bad Intentions also showing their intentions of investing in this fight. This tiny panda that Stalwart is carrying around on the top of the vehicle, he has his aim set right.
Yeah, but he also has a gun. That is something I was looking at.
Yeah,
Does that guy shoot? Can you control it in the vehicle?
would be
I
so
mean,
much fun if that's possible.
exactly, it would be so much fun. But I don't think so. That's the case. Meanwhile, Fearless, as soon as he peeks, he just got a shot in his dome. And now all the players of Stalwart are looking at him. So he needs to be really, really careful before he peeks out or before he tries to escape. Has a minibus on the vehicle you would like to have, and four players will start shooting at you. Meanwhile, T2K is love. Blast the vehicle, takes a Deadeye's guys player down, but the trade is essentially there.
The trade will definitely come in, but T2K must be in the position to go ahead and make that revival possible because Jedi's guys currently are inside a compound and are having a harder time to actually spot the players easily because they do have to keep shifting their windows just to make sure they don't get shot upon, but that's gonna happen anyways. Oh no, precious sir. Your life is precious for the team right now. They've already lost one. Don't make them lose another. Slayer sir won't even have the revival come in time, and Love will be taken back to ground, and the team will relocate.
Turu Love. I'll still say him. Turu Love is
To Love,
still
yes.
there with the players of Team T2K because that's what I love to say. Deadeye's guys,
Oh
though,
wow.
yeah, you were trying to be a little bit cheeky with that revival. Not only that, but now you lose both the players. So, Deadeye's guys, the fit just one, and as you said, one hit wonder team. They will get the chicken previously, but consistency is what they base. The zone finally has shifted all the way up to land, so you will have a lot of teams rotating inside the zone from the western part of the map, and from the eastern part we'll have IHC only. So the majority of the teams still inside the zone, and why not? Los Leones, when such a big city is inside the zone, everyone will just get real estate to cover upon.
Exactly, and so far it seems like IHC is gonna have an easy entry inside the circle, and now that all the teams are gonna have much real estate, we are going to see a lot of fights happen still though because no teams got taken off except for one. There's still 15 surviving, which is a huge number for this zone, right? And being all land, it does support a little bit, but not as much as you would expect. And then in the meanwhile, Raw trying to take no fear off. If that happens, that's great because that takes SKYLIGHTZ Gaming almost out of the picture. Almost.
Oh, okay, okay. Now, let's see if that's the case or not. Los Leones is the city where you have all the players from Team Roy Sports also rotating towards. But behind them, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is right on their tail. So, Jiggle needs to be really careful for the shots from behind. 4MB might have a fight with the players of Team NB. Not a fight, probably just a waving high by sort of a situation. Where you see the vehicle, you throw a few shots, get your presence zone, and then you let the players fall back. Although the shots that have been taken have tagged up Sekujin quite a bit.
Sekujin is damaged and well, he'll be knocked as well. Akash will not have much option of actually going for the revival, even though the distance was huge. For him, we will get the frag point added to their tables. Now, T2K being one of the teams that is trying to walk into the circle up north, will be facing a slight resistance from stronger FAKELOVE and IWO. But well, JMEX won't be a team to worry about. They have literally just two players surviving, and that's not a lot. But yeah, 4MB. Do they want to follow through onto this fight? That would be great because like NBeSports is losing players left and right, but Raw is in the way, and that's a third party you would want to avoid.
Alright, 4MV. Let's see Apex right now. He has his eyes set onto the player of Team Roy Esports. The shots are yet to be taken down. As soon as he sits in the vehicle, here are the shots, but Apex is not able to get that knock. So Roy Esports, they will still survive, and 4MV, They'll survive as well. They just won't be able to get the early frags that they were looking for.
Let's see how this turns forward, because as of now, Roy Sports is gonna have a slightly emptied out area to their hands, and 4MV will not be able to push out of the compounds just yet. They're investing in multiple fights, and I would definitely prefer them not to, because being a part of that many fights make you that center of attraction, and with that many teams having a knowledge of your position, the moment you start losing players, someone or the other will start marching in on you. So this is definitely something they should keep in mind, and not like they've been having like a great week like the first one, so they better be cautious. In the meanwhile though, T2K will lose more players because IWO, back for revenge, back for blood, will be gatekeeping them, and the moment they enter, they will be sent back to the lobby.
T2K though, they've lost XMPL and they are in a fight with the players of Team IAWO, I suppose. So this is again another battle that T2K would like to win, but with three players, winning is definitely going to be a difficult thing. Although IAWO, they're separated in all different compounds. And why now, guys? Why now, Echo Boy? It should give us some more time, man. Give us some more time. It's still, we have a lot of zones to come in, but here he is. Wants a prediction, Hana? What about you?
I definitely want to go for IHC, but they're in trouble already, so I think Roy Sports it is.
Where is even Raw? Oh, okay. Raw Esports, interesting choice. Let me pick again the boys of Stalwart Esports.
Okay.
Nah, wait a second. I said I won't pick. I won't ever pick Stalwart Esports. So
Yes.
I'll go with 4MV.
Okay.
Damn you guys, Stalwart Esports. You throw the game, but I hope so you do not get the chicken this time so very much, because I'll look like a fool, and I think you just already started. Dobu already goes down. Stalwart Esports. They've had a good start now.
I like how sad you are at the good start of the team that you chose for the whole week. I mean, come on, lighten up on that one at least. But yeah, we missed out on one prediction, and he is stealing your prediction. Okay, so our producer has gone with Solid Esports as well.
See, no harm, no fault, Stalwart Esports fan, but I now really want them to get eliminated. Maybe on the second spot, I don't mind. Give them 20 frags, get them the second spot, I don't mind. But let 4MB win for once. Let 4MB win, because I
Not
want
only
one
that, we want
prediction.
our producer to lose on predictions a lot. So yeah,
Exactly.
we would love that to happen.
Exactly. So let's see. Although he is kind of ahead 10 minutes of a Sahana, so has a little bit of an advantage. So he's probably cheating there too. But it's okay. We'll give him that. We'll let him predict 10 minutes ahead of us, and
Still
let's
lose.
see. Even after that, if he loses another prediction, well, haha, nobody worse than him. IHC though, they are also looking to have this fight against the players of Team Stalwart Esport. And I don't think so. This is a fight that you like to take. Stalwart, they are so fanned out that they exactly know where you are. Plus, they'll be picking from so many different angles. It's like whack-a-mole. You try to shoot one
That's
down,
true.
the other pops up from the other side.
That's true. That's true. So this time, I'm actually happy I did not pick IHC, but I do hope they get enough number of eliminations for themselves, because they've been delivering great on Erangel as well as on Sanhok. This is gonna be another one that goes forward. But yeah, the zone definitely supports Stalwart Esports a little, and that's where that 10-minute advantage comes into play. But overall, the game is not gonna be as easy for Stalwart, because there's still IHC they
Easy.
have to fight with. 4MB has a great compound. Raw is still struggling to find their spot. But yeah, in the meanwhile, Deadeye's guys will get taken down, and none of the nades land right from the side of Stalwart just yet.
I don't even mind Roy Sports winning. It's okay. Go win. No problem. Stalwart is get 20 frags. That's one thing. So if you lose Stalwart Esports so that I don't get clapped upon, get 20 frags, be on the second spot. Meanwhile, Mabetex Esports got those mini 40 knocks out of 4MV. Now, them being a long range knock, I don't think so. Doc is going to be confirmed anytime soon. So the revival will just come in. So 4MV will survive with 4 players surviving. Stalwart Esports, though, on the other hand, this battle with IHC is really going to be important for them, because IHC, not only their few players are not inside the zone, but also they're also thinking that they might get third party from the right hand side, and they will from if IntentionX CMF decide to just run up the ridge that they are on right now. So they need to be really careful. Meanwhile, SKYLIGHTZ have also secured a frag to their name, just pushing into this compound, resetting themselves, taking all the loot that they can. But yeah, back to the IHCST fight. Still no openings for either of these teams.
Well, we'll soon see if there's gonna be any damage that comes in, and yes, it does. It comes onto action. The guy who gives you anxiety gets taken down as well. It's almost time. It's almost time that action gets knocked. Wait a second. He got time to revive himself. Why did the nade not come in at this particular moment? It should have. I see what you're doing. What you doing right
Oh, the
now?
molly connects and the nade damages out too.
Oh,
So
goodness.
Action will be able to take down Alex. Now this is a fight Stalwart has an advantage in. IC is also trying to toss a few nades, but let's see if either of these connect or not. Smoke's being thrown in. You want to just not give any information to the player of Team Stalwart, but there's just from the other part of the map gets another knock onto Demo. Godness is also being spotted down. Jump spotting around the corner. Stalwart picking off IHC one by one, eliminating all of these players and having an overall advantage.
They do have an overall advantage in this fight, but BITX is trying to become a part of this fight. And now Stalwart won't have too much to their hands. They still gave enough time for 3 players to revive because there was another force attacking onto them. Now this has become a 3-party fight. We'll see which one takes what. In the meanwhile, though, 4MV gets frags for themselves, T2K gets almost eliminated, and now Raw Esports is in a fight with SKYLIGHTZ, and even though SKYLIGHTZ is getting traded upon, Raw will be losing players. This is a close battle. They will literally have way too many players taken down by the end of this.
Meanwhile, T2K get eliminated, so that's another thing that will not be in their favor. SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is still not closing out that fight. Finally, they do, and SKYLIGHTZ will be able to eliminate Raw Esports. Good prediction, Hana. But unfortunately, they won't be able to justify it this time around. So, Stalwart though, still in this battle. I mean, IHC, they've been able to reset, so they just lost one player after everything has happened. Zul although has been spotted down by Nilzed. Does he go for the peak or not? No, he does not. He wants to play it out with discipline. He knows getting inside the zone should be priority, and that is what they're trying to do.
Well, as of now, it does seem like 4MV is having a lot of fun time through their hands. They're gonna get knocks after knocks for themselves. And now that BIT has shifted their attention to IHC, Stalwart will get an easy exit from this fight, also an entry into the circle, and will be able to gatekeep both of these teams that battle it out among themselves. Good position for Stalwarts.
Yeah, great nade too. BITX CMF, they will be able to eliminate IHC. And the job that was, I'd say, Stalwart were looking for. Get accumulated by BIT, but now I see action. Yeah, bro, go ahead. You again are forcing this fight outside the zone. You might be advantageous for sure, but even if you lose a player, that will be all on you. Now, Knight, good thing that they are able to get that frag and get the job done, but 90 degrees still around the corner. Action pushing even further. He wants to really get all the points as soon as possible, it feels like.
This is not looking good. SKYLIGHTZ Gaming gets taken down as well. Stalwart Esports on another fight's victory with 7 points to their name. But so far it seems like they're not having the best time in the zone because they have constant fights fluttering on their head. 4MV with 5 frags, IWO with 3, and King of Spades with only 1. All 4 teams with all 4 players though. BITX, NBeSports, and Mabetex all losing players, and Mabetex on the verge of extinction will soon be taken out of this lobby. Oh, 4MV loses a player too.
They are also into this battle with the players of King of Spades. Let's see though how does the conversion come in, because the revival is going to be important, but I don't think so. You're also getting that revival in a very difficult spot, east, down on the ground. No player even sitting in a vehicle and moving towards east. So I don't think so. The revival is going to be possible at all. King of Spades, on the other hand, they will be happy with the knock that they have right now.
Exactly. King of Spades are definitely going to be celebrating. They have the higher ground as well. So going forward, if anyone even tries to come to the rescue of East, they will be taken down. In the meanwhile, though, there's going to be a distractive fight that comes in, and that should be something that takes Kings of Spades off of East, and he might be able to survive. But as of now, let's say no. 4MB with only 3.
IAWO though is also third party, And now King of Spades will face a big challenge because 4MV is marching on them. I mean, if 4MV really wanted to take this fight, they could have also saved East in the process if they engaged in earlier on. But yeah, now the nades reign supreme. One good nade from Apex will give you 2 free players. ExoX is also proning down, spotted down by Apex. Another frag to their name. But this time the third party is coming in from IAW. Remember, they are the team who put a little bit pressure onto the players of Team King of Space, because of which you were able to find all these openings. And now the zone is also shifted in a way that you need to focus on the zone first rather than taking all these early fights.
That's true. Now that the King of Spades players have been taken down, it seems like we might see IWO distract their attention towards bad intentions, and 4M will finally make their way back inside the circle. Stalwart still surviving with all 4 and still inside the circle. Wow. Wow.
That's a good performance from Stalwart Esports. Let's see though
Yep.
if they indulge into some other fights, because IAWO is just around the corner. And that has been a team they are looking for. Okay, no, it was Bad Intentions XCMF that they were looking for, but now find IAWO. Does not matter to them though, I believe. Would still like to take those fights. Meanwhile, because IAWO had to fight against Team BIT, they fell back. That has given 4MV that entry into the zone. So all 3 players will be able to get inside as well. IAWO shifting their focus onto Stalwart Esports. Let's see if Stalwart survive for long or not. Desert is being naded out. The Molly as well will maybe force him off the angle. This is the final piece of utility that Baron is using. Will have to be very, very careful though. Desert all out in the open. The frag gets taken down. Although Action on the other hand gets caught off guard by NBeSports' player and is down in the grave too.
In this particular situation, the 4 teams remaining all have good number of players. There's 12 in total, NBeSports with only 2, IAW with all 4s, and the remaining 2 with 3 each. You and producer have the battle in hands, but I feel like IAW might just have the numbers advantage, the position advantage. They are on the higher ground, but I think the next circle will push them out.
I see all out in the open. Does Wolf not spot him down? Does not matter because Domain did, and Domain is able to take down his head. And this being such an open area, I don't think so Stalwart will be very comfortable. They exactly know, I think, where IC is. They are trying to nade the guy out. Wolf spots him down too. Tosses a nade. Does not connect though because IC has already left the position. Stalwart in a lot of trouble. I8 pushing in. This push also is not necessary, so Domain needs to be really careful about this. And Octopus also was a little bit complacent. Punished for the complacency. Gets knocked out. And suddenly IAWO back to their business. Back to the passive position that they were earlier playing.
Now it's only 3 players in the favor of IAWO, forcefully trying to invest into a fight that did not come in their result. Get the opportunity to knock IC, but now Nirzad is on his way to try and revive. A whole trail of smokes has been launched in. Tops will also be in the crosshairs. He's already been knocked before. If he gets knocked again, it's gonna be a harder run. The revival will still happen and IC will be back in the game. It's 3v3, v3v2, and NBeSports with the least number of players in hand.
I don't think so Tops is making any further from this area unless Nirzad comes in with a couple of knocks. That's the only way I see Tops being brought back into action. But 4MV in the meanwhile push in and take down one of the players of IAWO. That third party will let Stalwart live. Or maybe not, because Viper is able to take down Nirzad. Fizzboy with a third party onto IC, and one by one Stalwart fall. Tops is the only one standing right now. Not for long though. A good nade, but goes a little overboard. Overshot a little bit. And Viper still survives. IAWO. They have also been able to get that revival on board. So they will still be a 3-man squad after all.
Exactly. IAW finally gets knocked upon from Tops, and now both the teams losing players. Stalwart with only 1 player, but that 1 player trying to take it down onto IAW. For some reason, suddenly it looks like your prediction is doing good for themselves. 4MV is doing good for themselves.
Oh, let's see. Wolfes is trying to create a new angle. Little does he know that 4MV is Doc is still over there. Yeah, exactly. Doc is able to take down another player, but does he know that Domain is present in this? Now Domain has given away his location. He needs to literally run down a whole hill And as soon as he tries to do that, not only 4MV, but NBeSports will also be interested to take this fight. Wants to pop in the first stage. The damage not significant enough. Viper will essentially bleed out. And now the first stage being popped in. Domain realizes he cannot do that outside the 9th zone. And he also gets eliminated. We only eliminate out of the game. They had 9 eliminations, but that's not going to be enough. NBeSports though slowly and steadily making their way inside the zone. They also have a really good chance at winning this one out if they're able to get one of the knocks out of the 4MV players. Tobbs, he is still surviving. Nades being thrown in. Smokes being tossed by the players of Team 4MV as well. But essentially, Tobbs and NBeSports will have to fight it out. Fizzboy has been tagged up quite a bit, but the knock comes in from Doc. And now Akash left all alone. 3v1v1 for 4MV. Doc in all out in the open, but does not get knocked out as a support net from Apex is good. Tops in a 1v3. Let's see if Tops can clutch this one out. Doc is really low on HP, so he needs to be careful. Otherwise, he will put his teammate into a 1v2. Tops naded out. Will be taken away by Doc. And 4MV get that chicken dinner.
4MV finally looking like they're back in shape with the winner chicken dinner coming their way. They are going to be acquiring themselves another spot. Soon enough, trying to climb back onto that swap between themselves and SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, but it's gonna be a longer run than this. 23 points on this one, but soon looking for more.
Make it clap.
A new 1.6 by 1.6 kilometer map is coming to PUBG Mobile version 2.7. In this map, there are several energy zones where you can receive random attribute boosts, such as increased speed and health recovery. At the same time, lots of supplies spawn in the area. Be sure to grab them while you can. After finding all the supplies in an area, you should keep moving to find more supplies. The fastest way to move about is through portals. Go through one to teleport to the other side somewhere else on the map. After exploring an area, it's best to teleport somewhere far. However, it's important to note that there's a cooldown after use, so it can't be used too frequently. If you want to travel across mid-distances, be sure to take note of the updrafts on the map. Get close to an updraft to get lifted into the air. After reaching a certain height, you'll descend back to the ground. During your descent, you can freely adjust your direction to head to your destination. This transportation method is very handy for escaping dangerous situations. Another thing you have to watch out for are the volcanoes on the map. The lava erupting from these volcanoes can cause damage within a certain range. Be sure not to step on the lava, otherwise you'll keep taking damage and lose health. After arriving at a new area, be sure to search for exclusive crates. Approach them to get exclusive themed supplies. Apart from exclusive crates, timed airdrops are also a great way to get supplies, so make sure to keep an eye out for the countdown timer on the minimap. It indicates when an airdrop is about to appear. After the countdown ends, a crate with amazing supplies will rise from the ground. When this happens, there will surely be many enemies vying for the crate, so make sure to lie in wait beforehand and evacuate quickly after grabbing the supplies. If you get injured when going for the supplies, go to the recovery point indicated on the map. You'll be able to heal there. Just run into it to fully restore your health and armor in an instant, just like with teleporting. The recovery point has a cooldown after using it. It can't be used again until the cooldown ends. If the battle gets too intense and you find your teammates eliminated, you can bring them back within a limited time at the towers located on the map. The towers also have cooldown after being used. Each player can only be brought back by a teammate once. Players that have been brought back will directly respawn near the tower that was used without having to jump back to the battleground. Hurry and join your friends in the fight for victory.
Hello guys, welcome back to the stream once again. And once again guys, I got a prediction correct, right? Let me
Yes,
show
you
you something. Let me show you something. Great prediction by Mr. Fritz. And yeah, a producer, well, he did rant a lot behind the camera because he did not get the prediction correct. But it's okay, man. You'll understand. Once you start supporting Stalwart Esports, you'll understand that this is how they usually like to play. This is how their play style is. So you cannot do much about it. It's okay.
You can just avoid
what you can
predicting
do
them.
is maybe predict 4MV. That's what you could. That's what you could have done, lad. It's okay though. Great prediction by my side. Thank you so much, guys, for all the love and support that you've shown towards 4MV and me. And I'm happy. Fifth prediction correct, just 2 away from Ahana. I think the MVP is also going to be from 4MV, or maybe some other team who got a lot of frags. Could be IAW.
Wow.
But I don't care because I got my prediction correct.
Yeah, you're definitely doing good. Congratulations to you. And yeah, I mean, I can see it on your frame, the side screen you keep talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, beautifully done, Fritz. I'm liking some competition. Finally, there is some because there hasn't been any for a really long time. But yeah, Stalwart Esports gets the MVP.
Some things, at least some semblance, I'd say, for Echo Boy. Echo Boy, you happy, man? You happy? You got at least some part of the prediction right. Tops is the one who's out on top with 4 eliminations overall. Good job done by Stalwart Esports. But at the end of the day, a little bit over aggression, a little bit over commitment in terms of utility on one part of the map did lead to this position that they have. But they have good points, and SKYLIGHTZ Gaming being eliminated early on should still put them on the top in the leaderboard.
We'll soon figure out, but yeah, as of now, we can see Tops and Nirzad both representing Stalwart with 4 and 3 frags. Same can be said about 4 Miracle Vibes for Doc and Apex. IAW Viper shows up onto the list as well with 4 frags of his own. But the damage on Doc is amazing. It's 972. Wow.
Yeah, he definitely was the heavy hitter for the side of Team 4MV, so has the best possible damage as well. And good job done by by the players of Team 4MV. So now the final map of Miramar will be played by 4MV and Stalwart will be sitting it out. So this will put an impact on the overall standings as well. So week 2, let's see where the overall standing is at.
I mean, we'll soon find out. I think the first position will stay with SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, but yeah, this time, or maybe weak standings might even go to IHC. They did not have a great game last time, but they've already acquired more than 30 points today, 34 in total, if I'm right. So yeah,
IHC start out this game, right? Or did they play?
They played. They played it. They had only 1 point. Yeah. They are the team who Stalwart aggressed on.
Oh, okay, yeah. So IHC, they did play this game and only 1 point to their name. Not the best possible result, but then again, the first 2 games, the way that they played it out, I think they should. I think they should be in top 3 at least overall. Do not know about the top standing, but hey, let's have a look. Let's have a look at how the overall standings for the week look like. And we have IHC, perfect prediction, Anna. IHC on top, 105 points.
Yup, they have great numbers in eliminations as well. They're running 5 ahead of SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, and in placement they're running 3 behind. It's only gonna be a 2-point difference, but in this particular game, both of these teams are playing, so it will completely depend on how it turns out. And Stalwart is also not very far away. 6 points and they can actually topple IHC. So let's see how the next one goes. It's gonna be interesting for all of these teams. Stalwart cannot do much because they've already played all of their games for the day. But 4 Miracle Vibes can change things, at least with Stalwart, if they do good again.
No, but they're also just 12 points away from the first spot.
That's true.
So 4MV also is not far behind. But the teams that are really far behind are positioned from 11th and 16th. Not much difference in terms of the bottom 4. That is usually where we see these teams at. In the previous 2 weeks as well. So the only new name I'd say is HVDC. HVDC in the overall standings has performed quite better than this, I believe.
Yep, they've done good in overall, but this week is not looking good. JMEX 12 matches and 23 points, not even 2 points a game. This is so sad. So sad.
But the good thing is we will now have another map to play for every other team of Group A. So except for Group A, everyone will be playing this one out. And let's see how does this map of Miramar go. B, C, D, E, these are the groups that will be playing this one out. And now on the short little screen, I believe now you can see in my reflections over here, all these cool glasses that I'm wearing, the players have already loaded in. So they are going to play this final map of Miramar. We will be jumping into the action really soon, guys. So definitely you also go and predict your team. Who do you think is going to win this game? Because Echo Boy at least knows 10 minutes before us, but we do not. So we will definitely take your help in maybe predicting the team that gets the chicken dinner.
Well,
DRS is playing, SKYLIGHTZ is playing, so the highest voted teams are going to be in action over here. So well, let's see if they are the ones to show us some good performance or not.
Exactly. There's gonna be a lot of action, but none from Action himself, so that's good. That's actually good, considering the way he has been a key element onto throwing games for Stalwarts today.
Yeah. Action has been a little free-spirited today, is what I'll say. A little free-spirited. More than necessary. So sometimes you give the freedom to a player, but not this much. Okay, so let's dial back a little bit. Probably tomorrow will be a better day for Stalwart Esports. But here we go, guys. Here we go with the final map of the day. The map of Miramar, the land of DMRs and Cyphers. I forgot to say this in the first map. Wow. But here I say it. Land of DMRs and Cyphers. We will be jumping right into action. And now the plane path looks like a very straight line. Right? Right, Ego boy? This is what I said. I apologize for my bad English. But it's starting from Impala, ending all the way up to La Cobriara. And you'll easily be dropping in and all to all these different directions, except for the southernmost cities.
Exactly. I mean, 4MB is gonna have trouble. Chumasera is very far out of reach. Venom DE could have trouble, but they they are playing. So Dilmar is gonna be out of reach. This time, King of Spades will be happy. Ruins is close enough, but wait for the circle to happen because it's never too easy for King of Spades, is it?
All right. Well, HVDC, that is a team I'm looking for because they had good performance in the first 2 weeks. Third week has not been the same. The third week has been a very bad one, I'd say, for this particular team. So if they're able to get some points back up for them, it could be great for the overall squad, great for the morale. But yeah, IHC, that's another team I'm eyeing out for. They are in El Azhar, should have the best possible loot considering Demo is very far away, and literally if you draw a circle 500 meters from where IHC is, they have no opponents. But then also they do not have the first circles. That's something that they'll have to deal with. It's okay though, not a long rotation.
We'll see how this turns out. To start off, Venom DE already trying to aggress, already getting a couple of frags. Good start. I mean, I'm liking the drop clash action happening in Miramar, and you would call it the land of of DMRs and snipers, Fritz, but I feel like this is definitely a land of runovers because the way the first two frags have been acquired, I mean, they don't even have the right weapons. They don't even have weapons to begin with, if I am to say that. Beautifully done. I mean, Venom D is starting off with two frags of their own, already making the game impossible for BITX, a team who desperately needs good games, gets taken down that easily and that quickly. Nah, this is not the time of comeback. IHC is still gonna have my attention slightly, so will ASL. Raw Esports, come on, I predicted you for the week. 3 days are done. You have only two more. Go ahead, topple everyone from 12th position to first. It's not that long a distance, okay? Yeah, good, cool. Now that we both get each other on that one, let's see how this goes. But yeah, so far it does seem like Raw Esports is gonna be taking me down on my prediction really bad this time.
Let me talk to my guys at Roy Esports and maybe throw you in the playing four, huh? Are you up for it?
Not at all. Not at all. But I would
Then-
definitely like them to swap
Okay.
their whole team with IHC or for the position of 4MB. Like I don't mind if they take players from there.
So what you're saying, you'll provide enough cash to make the transfers happen? Is that what you're saying? You want to be an investor?
I'm saying I would give enough money to go ahead and change the name.
Enough about what should I say, $1 million maybe that's how much it'll be
If
enough
only
for,
I
I'd
made
say
that much.
you can maybe convert into a lifetime EMI, so you can pay it throughout your entire life and without any problem. Then you
Even
maybe
my
are able
life
to get the
insurance
prediction
doesn't
correct.
cover that much, bro. I'm not that costly when it comes to actually putting money to the name, bro. That would be
Okay.
still tough.
Then it's difficult for Roy Sports to do anything about it. I mean, there's a potential solution that even I'd say Echo Boy pointed it out. You could be the cheerleader for Roy Sports, but then the performance is still not something I think will have an overall impact. But yeah, BIDA CMF, once again they find themselves in this early sort of a battle happening, and not on the correct part, because usually you want to be the team to eliminate your opponents and not get eliminated. But right now, it seems to be the other way around. BIT lost 3 players. Only one remains who has got the better of ASL that early on. But that's it. That's all.
Exactly.
Except for that, I do not see anything happening good for BITX CMF.
Exactly. I mean, they started off very, very low, and at the early drop clash itself, the way Venom DE just went ahead and ran over two of the players of DEADEYES. It was a dead story from that point itself. And because they started a battle with ASL as well, I think the last elimination will also happen, and 90 degree gets sent back home 180 degree.
All right. Now, let's see. I'm interested to see how the remaining of these teams, decide to fight it out. ASL, they've got the last player that he has been taken away out of the game, and most of these teams, not most, except for ASL, everybody survives with the 4 players surviving. So that is something good for them. Early few zone though, not enough time to let out our predictions over here. But then, yes, the early zone definitely favors the players of Team Roy Sports overall.
Let's see how it turns around, because as of now, it definitely seems like, I mean, Roy Sports might have the center of the circle, but that will also attract a lot of attention. There's T2K approaching, there's Deadeye's guys approaching. I mean, it's not gonna be easy going forward, but yeah, King of Spades, all the way from Ruins, still try to find their way in. I think Crater Fields is where they will be, and if the circle supports them even in the next one, they might be actually in a good position. SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is not gonna have too much contestation, but Roy Sports already with T2K. It's a long distance fight. There's going to be enough time for T2K to go ahead for the revivals whenever a player is knocked.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, this is not a position where Roy Sports will actually be getting the frags for themselves, but they can start building their confidence and maybe do some aim practice. I don't know.
All right. Aim practice is what they're eyeing for. Let's see if that is what they get or not.
Oh, they marched
Now,
in.
they want to maybe fight this out early on because they know that the third party is not a problem this early and this high up. So if they are able to fight it out early on, get some good frags, that will be a good start for Roy Sports.
Let's see. Let's see if that's going to happen. This is scary.
Of course, it's definitely scary. Early fights are always scary because if you lose a couple of players for the entire game, you're crippled. That's
Yep.
that's what the downside to it. The upside, full of confidence and early 4 points. So you will not lose that particular game without any points to your name. So let's see, Roy Sports, how do they want to continue this one out? But yeah, the fight against T2K, I think they will also withdraw it overall.
Yeah, T2K themselves do not want to be in this fight. They are trying to just walk out of here, and it seems like they are going to be walking out soon enough. But yeah, as of now, the zone looks pretty good for most of these teams. It has been very centralized, but once it starts moving in, I do
Mm-hmm.
want to know what regions are actually covered, because this is looking slightly weird, because 4MV has no contestation at all around their area. But if the circle favors them, they're gonna have such a fun time. But if it doesn't, they're gonna have such a hard time. It's like a boon and a curse at the same time.
T2K though, it's not Sky from Raw who they are fighting with. I think it's DRS
Yep.
who they are taking this battle with. And this will only invite the players of Roy Sports to just push it a little bit. So if that happens, T2K will not find themselves in a good spot. But yes, a few predictions also being thrown in terms of zone. Let's see if that San Martin Picardo zone comes in or not. That's what Echo Boy thinks will happen. I do not
I
agree. I
think he
think it's a
already
complete
knows.
south zone. Oh, never mind. It's a good zone. Not entirely San Martin, but yeah, a decent one. Hacienda del Petron around the side, around the north periphery. You have the center around Graveyard. This is a zone where most of these teams should easily be able to rotate in.
That's true. That's true. And it also seems like this is one of those zones which favors DRS a lot. They do go to Hacienda del Patron every time. And just like we say on military base, 4MV knows the terrain very well. That's exactly the story with DRS when it comes to Hacienda del Patron. So let's see how this goes for them. But in the meanwhile, Skylar again trying to take care of King of Spades, and the nade is coming in. No much damage acquired, but the bullet will do what the nade could not. Mamba is literally on one single HP. Deadstorm is already knocked down. The finish will be confirmed, and now the numbers advantage rolls in. The rest of the team is arriving to the situation, and in the meanwhile, no fear, all he has to do is survive.
There's two ways to surviving over here. Nah, never mind. Does not matter because the team is already here. So King of Spades, they just could be wiped off the face of the earth now. It could be one of those games King of Spades will feel unlucky to be in. A good nade, yeah, it's a fantastic nade. It will tag up the players quite a bit. Mafia Ninja following it up. Wants to toss it on to Faisal, but Faisal will run out of that spot. Nima though gets a knockout to Mamba. Mafia Ninja will be tagged up a little bit, but the rock is yet not there. XOXOX. Faisal on the other hand, I'm sorry, pushing in. Exo gets that knockout to Nima and confirms that frag. So SKYLIGHTZ not being properly able to trade them out and have lost a player.
Exactly, and SKYLIGHTZ with this early loss, even though they were looking like a team who would have a great spot inside the circle, are going on creating more and more problems for themselves and now fighting a battle in the blue where they've already lost a player. I don't know what this team is thinking right now. They are literally putting their first position up for grabs for any team to have. Like they're not even challenging IHC right now, let alone 4MB or Stalwart Esports.
Alright though, let's see Mr. Boro will finally get that nade connection onto his opponent and eliminate him down. So SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, they will be able to eliminate the whole squad of King of Space. But at what cost? At the cost of a player? Is that good enough? That's the question that will be answered in time. No, if they get a chicken, it's okay. But of course,
I don't think they will, yeah.
Oh, you're saying SKYLIGHTZ cannot do it or what?
I am
Controversy, guys.
saying SKYLIGHTZ won't be able to do it. They probably
Alright.
could if they didn't lose a player that quickly.
I mean, see, guys, if Raw was here, she still would have said that no, you can't do it. It's just a prediction.
That's just me trying
just
to.
saying.
That's just me trying to, motivate the team. Not really being logical about it. That's what we do when we pick a team.
Now we don't go into technicalities, all right? When we are bantering, we do not go into technicalities. That's just cheating, but it's okay though.
Wow. Okay.
Roy Sports, yeah, they are throwing in some shots onto NBeSports, and good shot from Sky. He has been able to take down Sekujin. Akash is also being tapped again and again out, but the knock is still not achieved onto Akash, so the revival will come in. And after some point, Sky will have to leave the angle and will have to let the players of Team NBeSports rotate away.
Exactly. So Einstein once said, if you keep doing the same thing and expect different results, that's stupidity. That's exactly what's happening. Same exact spot. You keep tapping, you're not getting the frag, buddy. Try to adjust
do
your
not like
process
Einstein.
slightly. Okay, you like Oppenheimer?
No, I like Sky from Raw.
Okay.
So if he keeps on tapping, I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
Tapping is the way to go, my man. Mini 14, of course. But yeah, Roy Sports though, we'll have to see how do they perform, because 4MV is just behind them. So if 4MV come in from behind and get those frags for themselves, I mean, it could be a really good thing for 4MV. Early few frags.
Well, definitely early few frags are rolling in the favor of 4MB, but yeah, they can be losing players soon though. You do like Sky from Raw, right? So he is
Yep.
going to be battling it out against 4MB, and SKYLIGHTZ Gaming will go ahead and give that support. Dog gets taken down, Dog gets eliminated, and now it is 3v4 in which Sky from Raw, as you mentioned, he has a great spot, buddy. He has a great spot. Like, he's all the way up high. Nobody's going to be able to fight with him because there are three right in front of them. So 4MB can just hope now.
Ooh, okay. 4MV. Let's see. Doc is, yes, as you said, it out of the game, but the remaining players, will they be able to do something about it? Because Praveen really has a good angle onto 4MV, and unless he's taken care of, I do not see a way for 4MV to escape. And at some point of time, they will have to leave the compound that they are at in. Because it's very difficult for all the zones to just form on such an outside part of the zone. So I think 4MB is on the verge of getting eliminated.
They sure look like they are. Let's see what happens now, because 4MV in this troubled situation will have not only Raw Esports in the front but also SKYLIGHTZ Gaming coming in from behind, trying to make things harder for the team. But yeah, in the meanwhile, DRS, the Kings of Hacienda del Patron, will have a fight onto IHC. They are on the advantageous side as of now, but soon enough they will have to decide which battle to pick and how to go about it, because right now the height advantage is rolling a lot in the favor. But wait a second, the nade misses.
Ambitious did. He just called Kobe and threw it. So Kobe is not always lands. So the same also, it's the same thing that the raid does not land out. DRS, the position that they are in, will for now not be inside the zone. So rotation is going to be important, but 4MV, because of a little more zone, they are still inside the zone. Though the compound that they have will still provide them with some sort of cover.
That is true, but they cannot stay there forever. If they do, they're gonna lose out on the number of frags that they can get, and they need at least 12 points to 18 points to be actually able
You
to,
forgot
turn
love.
things around for themselves. In the meanwhile, though, T2K gets taken down by IHC. This is a fight that they don't want to be a part of. The nades come in, IHC has to fall back, and T2K gets an opportunity to escape, and the nade will land right from the side of IHC. Oh, this is confusing. But yeah,
Although the counter, look at the counter, because two of the players of IHC are also down.
yeah.
I thought for a second that XMPL, he took the buggy which my guy Turulov had put there, and he escaped with it without even providing any cover fire for Love over there. A little bit of, I'd say, backstabbing happening over here by your own teammate, but it's okay. They are trying to get you back up. They are fighting against IHC. They have the numbers advantage. I want to completely eliminate your operate. Although in the process, Rig also falls. XMPL also falls. IHC winning out every battle, and T2K being completely eliminated in the game. But before that, before we go any forward, Hana, let me get your prediction real quick.
Roy Esports one more time.
Oh, okay. Roy Esports
Putting
one more
my
time.
faith in. Yep.
Maybe. Deadies, guys. Let's see. No fights for them. San Martin is the city. I choose Deadies, guys.
Alrighty, a good pick. They have shown up on the occasions of maps of Miramar, but it's just that they are never consistent. So I wouldn't, hope for them to get 2 chickens in a single day. But let's see. As of now, it definitely seems like SKYLIGHTZ Gaming will not be a contestant for this fight, and Mabetex Esports will still survive with all 4, and now in such a great position. If you had asked me now, I would have probably gone with Mabetex. It was just a matter of seconds. But well, Roy Sports taking care of 4MV in the meanwhile, and now Apex is also on the ground. No revival coming in for the dude.
No revival. HVDC Aero also secures the frag. For Ravi, that's not a good game. Considering the position that they were sort of stuck in, also led to things like these happen. But yes, Royce was definitely will have that upper hand. Little do they know that East is still in this position, but can East climb up this rock? I think not, right? He
No,
cannot
me
climb up on
neither.
this
Yeah,
rock.
he cannot.
So even though he is still present in a very tough, difficult situation, I don't think so he'll be climbing up and putting any problem onto the players of Team Roy Sports. On the other hand, IWO are fighting it out against the players of Team DE Venom. Oh, sorry, HVDC, and are taking them down one by one.
Now DRS trying to be sneaky, but HVDC gets a retaliation knock. Yante is also very low. He will get knocked out very quickly. This is gonna be the end of the fight soon enough. And it is.
Thank God did not predict DRS. I mean, for a second, I had in mind that DRS usually wins on Miramar. They have a really strong map.
It's
But then
mostly
they get completely
when it goes to Hacienda del Patron, and that area got taken out of the circle, and then I was like, not happening. You're picking NBeSports producer, sir?
Okay.
Alrighty. We'll roll with
Yeah,
that.
good. It's a very safe prediction because they're around the center of the zone, have a compound to their name, so even the Nox will get those revivals. But ASL, I think, have some other thoughts in mind. They want to fight it out against NB. Let's see if this fight is worth taking or not.
Let's see. ASL is going to be approaching soon enough. Sleepy is already in a tiny little shack, but his position is undisputed. Nobody is completely aware of that position. In the meanwhile, though, IHC trying to wipe their hands off onto some other teams. With 2 in the area, they are going to have their crosshair on IWO and on T2K, both. Let's see what happens. IHC do need more frags, but I don't think they're getting toppled just yet because their biggest contenders have already been taken out. Stalwart wasn't playing to begin with. SKYLIGHTZ is already out of the game. MB has literally 1 more player remaining, so 4MB will down as well. So yeah, it definitely seems like IHC does not have much competition. They can literally be done for the day and still secure their first position. DEADEYES guys losing players though. Nice prediction, buddy.
Thank you very much. I mean, Slayer Sir for some reason was all alone outside the zone, whereas all of his team was inside the zone. What should I even say now? Accustomed to this, accustomed to getting good predictions, teared away by the team's bad performance. It's okay. DEADEYES guys will be losing players left and right. Trix is the only one I think who is now surviving. So all my power goes to Trix to get the chicken dinner, which is definitely not going to be easy at all. NBeSports though, all 4 players still in the game, hoping for the best possible result.
Well, let's see what they are going to be able to secure, because so far it seems like current fight is going to happen between IHC and IWO. And V Sports is able to find Sleepy and send him back to snooze. But Raw Esports now slightly in a difficult situation. They have one player from 4MV, they have 4 players approaching from Mabetex. The single solo survivor of ASL will also be in the periphery. That's way too many fights. That's way too many fights. They will have to isolate the battles. Okay, 4MV gets taken out. Now it's only 2 teams.
Yep, ASL is also losing a player because Sleepy, the compound he chose, it has already been taken down. He has already been knocked out, and the revival is going to be a little bit difficult. Nah, it's not coming. Bondo just gets that frag confirmation onto Sleepy. Now Graveyard. Now this the zone is in such a way that even STFL is going to be another team to watch out for, because they have a good southern part of the zone. Nobody near them. Only I'd say the closest team is going to be NBeSports, but the zone once again favors NB. All these teams on the top of the ridge will have to run it down, and probably the teams on the other side of the road will take care of them. So Roy Sports Mabetex, they are not going to have a fun time.
That's true. Raw Esports and Mabetex are going to be in a lot of trouble. Let's see who is able to deal more damage onto the other, because they both will be fighting off amongst each other as well, as far as I can suspect. But yeah, if you talk about the players from IHC, they will have an easier approach going forward. Stronger Fake Love still in a divided position, might give away a couple of players to IHC, but the circle will push IHC soon enough. So they better be in a good enough position to go ahead and acquire a spot inside, and they're doing exactly that. They march in, T2K will be in the way, but that's only one player if I'm right.
Yep, it was just one player, and he also gets taken care of. So easy job, easy frag, easy everything for the team. IHC, they've got another point on the board. But now they are also fighting it out against the players of Team STFL, which is not going to be an easy thing, because even IAWO will go in for the third party, as IHC is very close by. So let's see how does STFL deal with that. 2 of the players have already found spots inside the zone from the left-hand side. So probably move towards them, Dobu and Senior, rather than taking that 2-2 split that you have right now. But it's okay though. Mabetex on the other hand, they have the vehicles. They are trying to make sure that they have it for the longest period of time. They are using it to jump down the ridge. Very carefully you'll have to do that, especially in a buggy, because this thing blasts even on the most certain surfaces. And right now what you're traveling in is, it cannot be called as a certain surface. It's a ridge. It's a a very, very big ridge.
True that. It's going to be hard for Mabetex to navigate inside the buggies. But let's see how much value they're able to squeeze for themselves. Right now, because the other teams are already invested in each other on the other side of the road, it's going to be an easier point and the right time for the teams on the western side of the circle to actually go ahead in. Mabetex has already acquired spots inside the circle, and so should Raw. It seems like Praveen is the one player that is still outside and soon will be making his way back in. Assassin is the solo survivor from ASL who is still stuck on those ridges. But yeah, this is not looking very easy for either of these teams except for NBeSports as of now. Another zone shift is going to be about to happen in less than a minute, and that's going to be another position that we'll find out soon enough. I feel like this position is not looking very good for IWO, because IHC is marching back in and IHC has a split. Zeol is trying to take care of Stronger Fake Love, so the other team that you picked on is also getting picked up on. It seems like NB Sports is gonna have a great spot for themselves, but Roy Sports is gonna be in a battle soon enough. So let's see if they're gonna be able to make it out alive, because even though Fritz's prediction is down the drain, mine sustains for a little longer. In the meanwhile, IHC taking care of stronger fake love. The nades are going to be supreme, but being able to actually squeeze that value will require IHC to actually march back in. Mabetex is stuck inside nooks and crannies, but Raw Esports being able to get those frags is going to be slightly difficult because shotguns are coming in from the side of Mabetex. Let's see if Volley is going to be able to get out of this tough situation or if Raw will lose players or not. In the meanwhile, though, Mabetex getting, constantly blasted upon, making it easier for the side of Raw Esports to go ahead and find some frags for themselves. Already on the highest ridge inside the circle, but soon the circle shifts again and they have to move again. This is not looking great. IHC in the meanwhile taking care of IWO and NBeSports taking care of stronger fake love. Both teams looking good, but the rest have to still find their footing. Raw Esports just leave that area near Mabetex and try to enter from near NBeSports. They're inside a compound. It's gonna be easier for you to navigate through there. Let's see if Roy is able to read that or not. DEADEYES, guys, they still have one player surviving. So let's see if Krita is gonna be able to change the game around. Wait, sorry, it's Trickster. Yeah, let's see if Trickster is gonna be able to change things around. Raw finally finds themselves the right spot, but IHC taking damage from the circle will be pushed in, and now they are going to be able to take care of IW, it seems. Domain on very little HP still survives, putting IHC go all the way onto 8th position with only 9 points in total. 8 eliminations, 8 position, that gives you a total of 9. Not looking very good for IHC, not looking very good for STRFL. Only 6 teams survive now, out of which 3 are not even teams. They're literally solo survivors. Mabetex, though, trying to find out frags onto Raw. This definitely looks like one of those games where the producer actually wins. But let me jinx it somehow. Let me somehow jinx that opportunity. There it is. ASL, even at the verge of dying, take away players from the side of Mabetex, making it easier for Raw to actually survive. And that's good enough. That's good enough. 3 is not a bad number. Having 4 frags, having 3 players alive. Raw is not looking terrible, but they're not looking like they're in the best position either. Mabetex currently losing players one after the other. Now there's another one that's already on the crosshair, but Raw is marching in. They will be able to acquire these eliminations most probably. But wait a second, the support from Jiro is nice. It's a great place to hold on from. But they still lose a player, and Mabetex is now going to be in trouble. Desert is gone, Wally is gone. Jiro is the only one who remains. And now it's a 1v3 for them. NBeSports for some reason push out of their own compound. Nice. Throwing the game is something teams do a lot these days, and if they are doing it successfully, then Raw might be at the upper end. Never mind. They aren't. It's gonna be NBeSports who makes the best of the situation. Raw gets a couple of players knocked. Now they're not gonna have an easy time trying to go ahead and revive because NBeSports literally marched back on to the players of Raw. Now it seems like a very obvious producer win.
Alright, Mabetex though will try to do something about it. The good thing is Mabetex got good number of frags. So that's a really big win. But yes, NBeSports, that is going to be the team who will get that winner chicken. They're trying to pan him! They're trying to pan him down!
Do it! Do
Thank
it!
God Jiro is able to shut that opportunity down. But man, that was hilarious moment, man. Hilarious moment. But NBeSports are the team that will take away the winner chicken dinner.
Giving the first and only right prediction to our producer, NBeSports changes things around. Now we'll have to keep track of imaginary numbers because our producer hasn't been doing so good. We were happy with his 0. Being in that position, it was easy to keep track of his numbers, but now we have to remember this victory. However, NBeSports done a good job for themselves, found themselves in a better spot. Overall ranking, they moved back up into top 5, 7 eliminations, 17 total points. This team is looking filled with colors as of now.
They for sure are. They are looking like a really strong team. And NBeSports will have to see how do they continue in the next upcoming game. But yeah, man, great prediction, Mama guy. And NBeSports are the ones who will justify it. The pan frag could have really done it. I mean, if they were able to, just get that fan frag, that could have been the case. But most of you would be thinking, why this now? This is for my boy. Because my boy got that prediction right and he cannot be on camera. NBeSports are the ones who will be winning this one out. Probably not the MVP war, because I think that's where Mabetex will take the lead, because Mabetex will be out on top. They had 11 total points in terms of frag, not total points, in terms of frag, and that's where the MVP from that team will come in. But yeah, great prediction, Echo Boy. Keep it up.
Absolutely, that's definitely it. But well, let's take a look at MVP and find out what it is gonna be. It's Zeol from the side of IHC.
Guy came out of syllabus for me, but hey, still it's good. I mean, IHC also, that means, had a good game. How many points the IHC had? Because if Zion
I
is
think
over
they
here,
had 9 in total. 8 eliminations,
Just
and 8th
eliminations.
position.
oh, okay, so 8 eliminations and 1 position is what you're saying.
Yep.
That's not a bad game. That's again a decent game. Anything around 8-9 points is decent enough, because even when you come out first, you just get 1 point. When you get only 10 points, so 8-9 points, I don't think so is going to be a big challenge. But yeah, if you talk about the other players who had an impact, Zero with 5 frags as well, Desert with 3, Sek from NBeSports was the player who got 3 total elimination. Praveen from Raw Esports got 3 eliminations as well. So yeah, all of these players, good eliminations overall.
Exactly. Jiro also got 5 for himself in a good enough position for himself. IHC is gonna have a good amount of impact in the game. Raw Esports with the maximum number of assists that goes to Sky. 3 assists for the guy. But yeah, tap tap tap. He did it right.
Exactly. Better than Einstein, better than Oppenheimer, better than all of those guys is our Sky from Raw. But if we talk about the standings, here we have Mabetex on top, just because of the overall points that this team had in terms of elimination. They were up top of NBeSports, so why not? We on Illuminate as well got 10 points to their name. Raw Esports also got 10, and as you said, IHC had 9 points.
Exactly. That is about the teams on the first page, but on the second page, it's still not looking very bad, because ASL could make it into the first page itself. But look at 4MB. Wow. 0 points. Great.
Ish, 4MB. Yeah, it's like they did not even play the game. One of those bad games. We'll give it to them. One of those bad games. Hopefully, they are able to put this behind them and probably perform good on day number 4 of this entire week. But let's have a look at where IHC stand. They're of course on top, followed by SKYLIGHTZ with 108 points. Stalwart Esports follow them with 100 points. 4MB with 93. After which NBeSports. And that's where we have the top 5 teams, guys. These are going to be the teams to watch out for. They will be playing the bonus game. There's no other team who is really threatening to topple them off. But yeah, King of Spades is another wonderful addition to the chart.
Exactly, only 1 point behind NBeSports in total. But yeah, the second page, 11th position. Raw has love with 11th position. They stay there all through. I mean, that has been one position they've literally made a home there. Like their bed, their food, everything is right there. Anyways, Mabetex has made it back into top 12 with this particular great game, where they got themselves enough points to put them on 64 in total. And it seems like JMEX, well, they had none, so they're gonna float around with 23 itself. Like JMEX and Bad Intentions are doing bad. They're doing terrible.
Well, bad intention have bad intention, if you know what I mean. So that's why they're down bad. I was just trying to throw a wordplay. Terrible at it. Stalwart Esports though, 435 points, still on top. They haven't been able to be surpassed by the players of Team SKYLIGHTZ. SKYLIGHTZ did it for a few games, but right after that, Stalwart are able to get the lead back in their control, get them back on top. 4MV is also there, 20 points away from the top spot, but then again, it'll take an entire day, the way that 4MV is playing, to maybe equalize or maybe even run over the lead that Stalwart has. So it's not going to be an easy time at all. But on the second page is where the most interesting things happen. So look at that, Ahana. I was talking about this ASL. They're not making it into top 16 as well.
That's true. That's
For
true.
top
Because
16, the cutoff is 273.
that's right. They have a lot of huge climb to go for. So ASL is definitely not making it. But yeah, I mean, IHC find themselves in the range to be able to go ahead and play the bonus game as well. DEADEYES guys, however, will have only 1 point difference, so they can actually topple this. But then IHC, if they deliver consistently, they will be able to hold on to their spot and probably even topple DRS. That's a huge ask, but then it's only 7 point difference, so you never know.
Yeah, I think the way that they've been playing, I don't think so it'll be a problem. If they are able to continue the performance that they have right now. 15 points, right? In just 3 days?
Yep.
In 3 days, that's what IHC have been able to get. So, guess what they can do in the upcoming 2 days? If they're able to just continue with the same performance, they could be in top 10 charts before entering into the grand finals. So, that will really be a good thing for the players of Team IHC. Plus, you will also have to add 20 to this, considering they are on top in terms of bonus points. If not 20, at least 15. So, this will be a big number overall and will help them to qualify in the top 16. But elimination, it's still won by no fear, no problems there. But at least the gap has been shortened down. So, East is now just 9 frags away from no fear.
Exactly, and Apex is gonna be slightly farther down. Earlier it was Apex who was close to no fear, but now it's East. But people from 4MB always stay on this board. Stalwart Esports had 2 contenders, but now it's only 1 because Mondo is gonna be swapping the 5th position for himself, and he still has 73 to the name. It's gonna be a hard climb for Mondo to actually come back and take it away from no fear, but he at least stays there.
Yeah, well, if we talk about the overall day, the way this game has went, no repeat telecast of chicken dinners from either of these teams. Elimination was an issue for the first few games, but then in Erangel, DEADEYES guys got 15 and 4MB got 13 in the next map of Miramar. So both these teams were able to put good numbers, although NBeSports, once again, the chicken that they got did not have enough number of frags. That's according to me. So they were not able to get at least 20 points. But why are you copying me, Hannah? Come on. Should have at least done tomorrow.
As well. No.
But
So
you
here's
should
the
have done
thing.
it tomorrow.
I could have, but then Echo never gets his predictions right. It's the one and only that he got. So I was like,
okay.
I might miss out on the opportunity. So I was like, let me just support him the one single time that he actually got one right?
All right. Yeah, that's true. Well, but yeah, I mean, in our ears, he's still ranting out the correct predictions he got, but we'll just dismiss it. We'll just entirely dismiss it because we do not care. Only
And we
prediction
have
he
no
got
proof.
correct is this one.
Yeah.
Exactly. We have no proof. So, well, perfectly done. But yeah, guys, this was about it for today. We had a fun day. We had a fun game overall. It was an interesting week altogether.
Yes.
ISC up on top. Nobody expected it. But yes, guys, we will be seeing you tomorrow at the same time, 5 p.m. IST. So stay tuned. Come back tomorrow at the same time. Till then, take care. Bye bye and good night.